time to plan this heist.
Absolutely.
And they haven't.
Guess what you're going to be doing in character? I can only assume. All right. So, to summarize really quickly, you guys did arrive in the city of Salar, which is located off and adjacent to the jungle of Karth. Upon arriving, you spent a little time just kind of getting your bearings, buying some supplies. You ended up at the Blue Oasis, where you met with a tiny little halfling who had like bags under his eyes and seemed to be surrounded by various acts of misfortune. His name was Holiday, and he was assisting your group in trying to find vouchers to get into the jungle. Essentially, needing your group required vouchers to get past one of the checkpoints the Nazis had set up. And the Nazis is this faction inside of the jungle who's refusing to let anyone in because they're clearly trying to hide something. No one knows what. Everyone knows they're just very oppressive, and they're one of several factions in town that are kind of clamping down on how things are typically run in Salar.
It's a Holocaust. That's what they're hiding.
What?
No, it's a holiday.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Anyway, Holiday introduced you to what was her name? Verdi Kai, who advised you that there are vouchers currently located in a new casino that has sprung up, the Afterlife Casino. She provided you with some details of the casino, and then essentially said, I will assist you in this. I've kind of gotten you all the groundwork. I just want some of the take. Essentially, whatever you guys do end up getting from the casino, she wants a portion of it.
Oh, no, I thought they wanted a straight up artifact that was in the vault.
Correct. That's one of those things. She's like, hey, I want you to grab this, but also while you're there.
All right.
A portion of whatever you guys managed to get would be appropriate. So we left off in that tiny little room. I'm going to put on a little bit of just that same music that was playing before in the bar. And we get started. There we go. Just some of that ambiance. Is it playing? Are you playing?
No. No. It is not.
We were met with silence. Nope. Nope.
Now it's just making horrible other sounds. That's not a great sign. All right.
Yeah,
well,
we still
here.
don't even hear it. So.
I know. That's why I'm going to switch over to this one. This should work, I think.
Yeah, that's right. You did double. There we go. Yep, it works. There it was.
Let me see if I can find some.
All right, guys. This
Why
is
is
gonna be
it
a
weird?
eating stream of D&D. That's
Yeah, that's mukbangs only.
That would be kind of fun.
Oh, no. All right.
roll to eat.
All right.
No, not for you. No.
Have you seen the guy that does like the roll to make a sandwich?
Yes, roll for
Yeah.
sandwich. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now we roll for roughage. Now we roll. Yeah, it's good. Yep.
Did you see his April Fool's Day one?
Mm-mm.
It was just 12 after 12 after 12, and he kept putting butter on it. He's like, it's a butter sandwich. And what's next? More butter. And next? More butter. And he just kept going like 7 or 8 times.
That sounds fucking awful. Okay. All right. So, is that going through? Or is that getting garbled?
Yep. Nope.
Yep.
All right. Fantastic. So you currently are
Django Reinhardt.
What?
Is this Django Reinhardt?
No. Get fucked.
What is it?
Summertime from Signe Beckett. All right. So your group is currently sitting above in one of the, for lack of a better word, one of the rooms in the Blue Oasis. The room is smilled. The room, if you recall, has been damaged probably beyond repair. There's scorch marks on the wall. There's glass shards on the floor. There's the smell of smoke everywhere. And someone has essentially brought up a couple glasses of liquor at this point. You are together sitting at a small little table. Some of you are sitting on a bed. There's a little chair that Holiday is sitting at. And you've all been kind of given the general outline of what this place looks like.
Yes, we have a map.
Correct.
Yep. And that's still in chat, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's still the most recent. Yep.
Okay. Man. All right, maybe I'll take over this first. Give me just a second. Hate this, but
No, Josie. No audio. No, you know the rule. No audio equipment. No guns. Okay, actually, I said no guns, and she just picked up my gun. No.
why does your cat have your gun? What the fuck?
This Josie's a bad bitch.
She's a bad
Officer, excuse me?
Just Josie going. "Rah."
I guess. What the fuck?
God damn.
bitch. There. Now, go find something better to do.
Oh my god, I don't know. Whatever you do, do not kill Alfred because Jared's got his gun right there.
My God.
Well, can't fuck with a merchant.
God damn it. All right, who's getting
So-
tied to a chair this episode?
If one of
it's
you
gonna
played
be
the Stuck
Alfred.
in the Middle with You song, I swear to God.
It's gonna be Alfred, and then he's gonna go
No.
to talk, and then they're gonna gag him. Like that.
Yeah. That's the bit. We know you were trying to distract us. Why were you trying to distract us?
There we go.
You see, distraction is another word for subterfuge. Just fucking going.
Distract, entertain. Such meaningful words.
Yeah.
Steven, this water,
Yeah.
where this waterfall is landing, is this the bay or the ocean or whatever? Or is it like a river?
So it is where it comes into, it is a river. Where it is leaving, the waterfall where it actually falls out, is straight into the ocean.
The ocean, okay.
And it is over this gigantic cliff.
So it's real far down.
Straight down. Just straight out.
So jumping out into the water probably.
Jumping
Very
out into the
dangerous.
water would be extremely dangerous, like possible, but almost certainly lethal.
Gotcha. Escape.
Yeah.
So when do we pull up the actual Tailspire map that you built of this?
When you actually get there, when you arrive and do stuff.
Versus
Also,
the-
that map could, like, that map's rushed. Forgive me. Didn't have too much in the way of time.
Go look at your hoodie.
Someone was,
Fire map is rushed.
yeah. Someone
Alright.
someone gifted me a Steam Deck 2 days ago, and I have been very busy fixing that. So,
Nice.
um.
Oh, can you play Tailspire with the Steam Deck?
I haven't tried. That's a great fucking
Yes,
Jesus Christ!
you can.
I can make maps
can.
on the fly.
I just thought of that. Yeah, I was like, wait, can you? Because that's cool.
Darren, I was just watching hentai on it. I could have been making maps.
All right. So essentially, you guys have, I believe it was 1 week question mark to plan.
I don't recall.
Or
It
it's
was-
gonna need a parachute.
I thought it was like weeks. There was like 2 weeks or something like that, but I don't remember. I might just be thinking of the next session. you
Correct.
know?
No, I think it was 1 week to kind of plan prep before the you're able to get into the casino. Now I know you were given tickets to attend. Past that, though, is there any preparation your characters are making? Any questions you have for anyone's present? What is each character doing?
I find it a little odd. We've been here for 3 hours and we're already deciding to join a resistance group and rob a casino.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
I raised that point. Without investigating literally anything else. We didn't ask anybody else about how to get papers.
Did you? You
At all.
can if you want to. I guess that's the other.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
would like to
probably
get home as soon as possible. So getting this done quicker would be
Okay.
great.
Early
Alright.
to rise, early to end the mission.
All right. So who's doing what? I'll start there. If we want to, like, if people want to break up into separate groups, they can. If they want to ask whoever's present now questions, they can.
Okay, so describe to me where we are right now. Who's in front of us? 'Cause
Okay.
I thought something had interrupted our conversation, and I
No,
want to ensure that. Okay. Good.
no. The conversation is still happening. At one point, there was concern. A couple of Nazis had entered the bar downstairs with a flyer looking for an elvish person. The rest of you aren't concerned of that at this point. Essentially, you were worried at first something was going to happen. That seems to have calmed down. You are
person. We know that person to be dead.
correct. So, well, one of you knows that. Two of you know that.
He's got his picture crossed out or
Correct.
whatever,
So
yeah.
Karsa is aware that individual is deceased.
No idea who that is.
Same thing with Simuel. As far as Alfred and Edward go, no recollection whatsoever. No
Yeah.
recognition.
Oh, you left
So. Sorry. No. Go ahead.
this. We left this out of the recap, but Alfred's new name, remember, is nothing special.
Forgot about that.
Can never
Yep.
forget.
I'm just gonna walk it past.
So what are the names of the two people we're talking? There's Holiday and there's
Verity. So Holiday and Verity.
Verity. Okay, and Holiday is just kind of like a mover and shaker within the area.
You really haven't gotten much. You haven't asked around too much. In fact, you were just introduced to Holiday. But he seems to have some influence and presence.
Okay, and Verity is a resistance leader.
Verity is a member of the Resistance who that's really all you've managed to get in the last 5 minutes. If you want to
Okay, so
ask,
I would like more information on both of them.
okay, so feel free to ask in character.
I'm scared to talk in character.
Excuse me.
And understandably so. He doesn't want to get cut off again. Like he just wants somebody to just be like, "All right, I'm done listening to you." All right.
Gentile. I would like to gather more information if we are going to continue fraternizing about possibly entertaining a heist. At the end of the day, we have mutual gain, but we barely know each other. What are our mutual backstories?
You see Holiday just kind of flick an eye over to Verity, and Holiday just goes, "All right, fair enough. The name's Lucky Holiday, and I've been residing in this little slice of heaven for about 2-3 years. We don't, my kind of folk don't tend to put down roots anywhere, if you catch my drift. So, I'm a private eye. I've been assisting people here, just kind of tie up loose odds and ends, and believe me, in this part of town, there's a ton of them. I've assisted the Resistance every so often, here or there. That's why Verity owes me a favor, and that's why I've called that in to see if we can assist your group. It seems like your friend is a friend of my friend, who is apparently deceased. So, as a...
Well, that's quite interesting. I think it'd be interesting to have you further elaborate on why you would help a resistance group. And if you don't have any ulterior motive, why would they trust you? Why should we?
Well, I've been here fighting the good fight for a long time with them, and I tend to side more on the side of the Resistance than I do with the Nazis. I find the way the Nazis comport themselves to be less than desirable, let's say that. As far as Verity goes, I can't really speak for her reasons, but I sense
So
of
you would say that you're ideologically aligned.
I think we find ourselves on the same side of the tracks more often than not.
Verity, would you agree?
Yes, more often than not, we find ourselves on the same ideological wavelength, so to speak.
And so you trust Holiday here.
you see her blanch a little bit, and you see Holiday just kind of frown. Holiday's how you say complicated. Holiday's own misfortunes tend to flavor his interactions with people, and it is hard to be a friend with Holiday. He's kind of how you say a shit magnet.
Holiday counter.
It's I hate you making me talk to myself, but well, she's not wrong. You see, my kind seem to have. Oh, once upon a time, we were considered
Kind being private eyes or
no halfling. We used to have some kind of supernatural luck, so they say, and about it's undetermined amount of time started going sour. So my people now have what you would consider a supernatural streak of bad luck, so to say. And as a result, people being in our proximity isn't always the best thing for them.
fair. Do you have maybe like a mysterious secret that may have caused this misfortune? Is there like a horrific background?
What?
that
No, it's just
spiraled them into a horrible, macabre, deep depths of unending anguish as the universe rights a wrong that maybe an ancestor committed.
no, we just have bad luck, like
All right, I'm gonna write that
tremendously bad luck, like horrifically bad luck. Which bears perhaps repeating on this. If you do take me with you, it's
Yeah. Sorry.
if
Go
you
ahead.
choose to take me with you, there's a 50-50 chance I can spell bad luck for your foes, but I can also spend bad luck for us. It really does depend on how the fates kind of swing things, if I'm being honest.
I'll say when dealing with the Nazis, the last thing we need is bad luck. And while 50-50 is reasonable odds for some, ironically in this casino game, I'm not a gambling man.
Well, I suppose you should know then that I can also give other people bad luck. If that makes sense. This is the wrong audio. Oh God.
Yes, I do understand. I'm other people.
Ah,
Are you not following this?
no, that tracks. He just kind of like immediately light up a cigarette, take a quick little drag from it, and then swallow back some whiskey.
Now, Verity, our goals, are they aligned? Would you trust us? Why should we trust you?
Well, I find myself short of operatives as of late. Most of them are
And why is that?
because they are occupied in, how you say, undermining the efforts of the Nazi Party. As a result, we are willing to make use of independent contractors such as yourselves.
But you understand from our perspective, why would an interior resistance group work with, let's say, independent contractors, if not to shed the blame of a proxy war, to shift the blood and splatter onto some unknown cause's hands, that way to keep themselves squeaky clean? You have to understand, I'm just doing what I can to protect my people. This is quite litigious. Edward, agreed? Litigious?
You have not been in Salar long. Salar is, how we say, very small, but very important. Everyone here knows one another in some way, shape, or form. Everyone is aware of everyone's, how we say, alignments. As a result, you do not burn bridges lightly. You
So
are
wouldn't
new.
we stick out like a sore thumb?
No, quite the opposite, in fact. You are a group of relatives unknowns who may have a better chance of, how we say, shifting pieces on the game board. And I find that interesting and beneficial.
So, riddle me this: if you how embedded would you say your resistance group is? How much legwork have you done to have a root in this area?
It's not so much our roots. We live in this area. In fact, we are one of the last barriers of defense from the Nazis taking over the whole continent. We
So
are doing
do you
a
have connections within the afterlife, or
just so many that we can get invited. They cannot do anything more for us. There is no one in there who could give us extra.
so? Who runs this casino? Which shoulders should we be bumping? Which elbow should we be rubbing in order to get more information, more access? If you can't provide it, I would love to scheme and just say we'll parachute in through the ceiling. But the reality is we need to be a bit more couth than that.
It is
If you can't provide us with extra access, you can at least provide us with intelligence, is what I'm saying.
No, that is fair and reasonable. So it is difficult to truly narrow down who owns. How do I put this? While we are familiar with who owns the afterlife, there are a number of influential factors that still require determination. There are, how you say, there are gaps. There are things that we do not understand and that we would love answers to. For example, we are aware that the casino itself is at least partially owned by the Sicilians. They have a writing stake. They are another faction in Solar. Think of them more as a merchants guild, if you would, a conglomeration of merchants. They are.
They obviously have people outside of the afterlife, correct? They move in the mercantile districts and other industries. What industries do they control? Which industries do they have partisanship in?
So almost everything in terms of Solar, when it comes to the buying and selling and trading of things, they are, how you say, like not a union, but more of a
Monopoly?
kind of like a monopoly, but if a monopoly was criminal. To put it simply,
Syndicate?
Syndicate is a good word, yes. They're more of a syndicate. They are decidedly politically neutral. In fact, they are only influential in where money can be made, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I should not read chat,
there
Wall.
be
I'm DMing. That's going to get addictive. Sorry, could you go on?
Would there be a simplified way of maybe perhaps seeing how they source materials? Can you in some way develop operatives, or maybe have developed operatives within the inside to see where they're sourcing things for the afterlife? At the end of the day, they still have to buy, sell, and trade to stock a casino. It's important for us to know those in routes so that we can plan, perhaps finding our way in.
So my people have done what they can for the most part. I suppose that is what falls to you at this point. Is there's only so much my people can provide you with, and as it is, several people have already perished just providing you with what you have.
How are we going to explain how we got the tickets then?
Correct. So those, how do I put this? That is why those are so important. They have what you say a no questions policy attached. So if you have the ticket, you are granted access regardless. That is why getting the tickets was so important and why they are so fiercely guarded.
Do they operate within unions, or are there exterior forces? Are they all just contractors that work within the afterlife?
So the afterlife staff seems to keep to themselves. They may be sourcing materials, but it is unknown where. What they do have does not seem to originate from our area, if that makes sense. I mean, they purchase
You mean
food.
the employees themselves, if they are a member of a union, or
Oh, no. So the afterlife seems to be strangely isolated from the rest. That is what I mean by there are missing connections. The afterlife seems to be both funded and maintained by an outside entity. The Sicilians are involved, obviously. Either they are providing capital or they are providing. They must be providing something, no? We know their involvement as the owner of the casino is undoubtedly a Sicilian. But in terms of supplies and like, things that are being brought to the casino, none of that is from this area.
Hypothetically, like entertainment. I don't know. Mayhaps, where are they sourcing the entertainment? Do they go through a unionized entertainment guild? Do they, the Afterlife staff provide entertainment? Is it something? Typically, the only reason I ask is because even in unionized clubs and theaters, you'll find that very many of the acts either belong to a guild exterior of said establishment, or they are sourced.
So that is the way. I suppose that is what I'm saying by there is a gap. So how do I put this? The Sicilians operate very plainly and very visibly in this society in Salar. The Afterlife is, how we say, a shadow. We do not see how things go in. We do not see how things come out. There are no visible signs of Sicilian activity when it comes to the Afterlife.
So what, gentlemen, Holiday, what approach do we take then if there's no information available? Do we spend some time doing reconnaissance, trying to discover a way inside that's safe, feasible, sensible?
You see Holiday just kind of fold his arms, fold his arms for a moment, flick the ash from the cigarette and go, well, that would be my suggestion, or one of my first suggestions, is we'd, at least see what the outside of the place looks like, get an idea of what's going on, and the comings and goings of the location.
Yeah,
But,
I'm assuming the tickets are a one-time use. Like, once you're in, you're in.
Verity looks at you with a smile, and she goes, yes, they are a one-time use to get in. Now, that is simply taking the river in. Now, there is an entrance that you might be able to watch, and that may provide you with clues. For our agents, they have not provided anything of substance or merit, but perhaps you will bring an outside perspective?
I think what may be reasonable is operating some form of stakeout and possibly viewing these going-ins and outs. Maybe determine resource exchange to find a sensible way in.
Does that make sense to me?
Well, my party here has one, maybe two sets of capable reconnaissance hands. The other sets of hands are quite good at smashing. Is there a role that they maybe could provide in the meantime?
I am afraid I do not know. I have some information, but there is not much more I can ply you with at this moment. I'm afraid.
Maybe. What, you work for this resistance, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
What is your resistance called? Just resistance?
You see her kind of frown for a moment and goes, well, yes, we are the resistance.
The Nazis are the authority of this city?
No, they are attempting to be, and unfortunately, due to martial might, there are this trying. How do I put this? The city is independent, for now, and that is the larger issue. The Nazi Party is so strong that we fear one day they will be able to crush the city and make it their own.
Who currently runs the city and commands the guards?
So, at the moment, the Sicilians technically have the city.
So there's the Nazis and the Sicilians. They do not like each other. 'Cause
No,
the Nazis are
no.
trying to take over from the Sicilians.
No. So, there are the Nazis. The Sicilians will do whatever is beneficial for them financially. They have no, how you say, scruples.
Who is standing up to the Nazis besides the resistance?
That is about it, honestly.
Children are foolish. Not how do we identify a member of the resistance versus a Nazi? What do I look for?
A member of the Nazi party will be wearing a uniform, typically. Some sort of marker displaying their martial might, some indicator of their position and status. A resistance member will not openly display who they are, typically. We have code words, we have methods of arranging meetings, but more often than not, we tend to work in isolation from one another, if possible.
Well, what I think may be beneficial for gaining some reconnaissance is mayhaps I'll take my culinary friend here and we'll perform our stakeout, take some peeksy-weeksies at the back of the establishment, and maybe you and our litigative friend, Karsa, can perhaps conduct an interview, maybe a non-consensual interview with a member of the Sicilians, and see if you can gather some information the third-degree way.
Works for me.
Yeah, we can certainly try.
How the guards we've seen, so the people that walked in and showed us the poster.
Yeah.
Those were Sicilians then?
No, those were members of the Nazi party.
Oh, those were Nazis. Can you remind me, were they Yanti?
Yes, but not full-blooded. They're definitely still more on the human spectrum.
Are all of the snake people members of this Nazi party?
Not all of them, but the vast majority.
And are there many members of the Nazi party who are not snake people?
Very few. So I have seen perhaps one or two, and they have some seeming status within there, but I cannot be sure. They may just be lightly affiliated. Our group does not really know anyone who isn't.
Makes it easy to know who to slice.
You see a look of very visible concern cross her
You're
face.
slicing based on race now? Wow.
And a uniform, she said.
Oh, and a uniform. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that outfit? You deserve this.
Whoopsie.
Sorry.
That outfit's already killing you. This is a mercy.
Yeah.
If the rest of the children, if the rest of the children just followed this simple logic, this problem would already be solved,
Karsa,
and we would already
fashion
be in the
police.
jungle.
Karsa, fantasy fashion
I
police.
literally just thought you said Karsa fascist police, and I was like,
that too. That too.
good enough.
Can we not just carve our way straight into the jungle?
You could try. I think.
Could we not rent a ship and go around the magic barrier in further land?
So, how do we put this? They have checkpoints all along the coast. It is not just here, and also
the vast amount of resources needed for that is staggering.
correct. Yes, they are very powerful.
Are there any people that can get in and out without needing a pass?
Not into the jungle proper. Usually you must get the pass, and how you get the pass can be varied, so to speak. Things have gotten worse in the last 6 months or so. 2 years ago, if you had an academic purpose, perhaps, you could have gotten in fairly easily. They seem to have really clamped down in the last 6 months. In fact, they've made strong inroads into the city itself at this point. At one point, the patrols would often, they would be far lighter than they are today. Today, their influence is much more of a concern. And as a result, the resistance seems to be struggling quite considerably.
Could we make our way into the afterlife, possibly utilizing some sort of Sicilian disguise? Maybe get
Not as a
extra view.
Sicilian, as I am told. It sounds like part of the issue, and we've tried sending members of the resistance, the rest of Sicilians, Part of the issue is that the afterlife is an entity unto itself. So
It
there
is
seems to be
isolated.
correct. It is isolated, but also it seems like they have ways of preventing outsiders from getting involved. I don't know. I just know that anyone we've sent as a Sicilian has been captured, and we have not heard from them since.
I think maybe have we acquired lodging in this beautiful town of
No, not yet.
Solar? Holiday, where would you suggest we gather some lodging? I think it'd be important for us to have a base of operations so we can continue planning for the weeks to come. Possibly a discreet location.
Well, if you want a discreet location, you could always stay here in the Blue Oasis. I've clearly made myself a room here, and they seem to tolerate all of my shenanigans, at least for the time.
Well, I mean, Nazis did walk in the door a minute ago.
You're gonna
Folks
find
with
that's
big
pretty
faces.
common in Solar. I don't think there's a
Nazis
single
common
place.
in Solar. What has this world come to? Well, I suppose we'll reasonably take a bed here. I think that perhaps it may be in our best interest to conduct the 2 reconnaissance operations I've suggested and move forward with that, unless anyone else has any better ideas to maybe extrapolate information.
No, acquiring information is the best way to go.
You see, I'm gonna just read something real quick just to see if she had anything else to offer that might be worth it.
Is there anything around the afterlife?
No, so the afterlife is, how you say, surrounded by water. It is, the afterlife is located down a bit of a river. The river itself goes into a natural cavern, and then the cavern is sharp, steep cliff.
So there really would not be. Oh no, where the river enters, that's where they probably move supplies, correct?
That is how people get into the afterlife, yes. There is only one entrance. It is a natural cave, after all.
Is there anything around this entrance? Is it locked into a mercantile district? Is it hidden or obscured in the jungle fauna and flora?
So it is just off the coast. So there is a small river at the town that leads to it, and just off the side of the coast, the cave structure is located. So there's only one way in and one way
Is it a
out.
sophisticated operation moving resources in and out, or does it seem like resources just kind of appear there?
We have not seen any resources come from Salah and go into the casino, which would imply to us that they are sourcing their own materials from somewhere.
Fat luck that's gonna do, except for talking to people. Now you're saying the employees never leave. There's no supplies going in and out. Only guests are going in and out. Is there any people that have lifetime passes, the frequent flyers?
So it is relatively new. I mean, it did just start maybe a month ago. There have not been a frequent patrons so much as I believe the casino owner is offering. I believe the casino owner is, through his connections with the Sicilians, is finding wealthy and influential people in town and providing them with access, so to speak.
Are there any in particular that maybe of our interest, maybe we could speak to?
The problem is, we do not know who they have identified as, how we say, a VIP. You know? That seems to be more their prerogative. When influential people come into Solar, we do our best to ask, but so far no one has been willing to tell us or provide us with information. In fact,
What visual identifiers would we be able to see on a person that would be identifying for a Sicilian?
As a Sicilian, anyone in the market would have some affiliation with Sicilians.
What I ask is if potentially we, let's say we observe the port as people enter and we were to see an exchange between potentially an important person and another, that how would we identify that individual as a Sicilian to determine whether or not they are being given access?
So that is the difficulty. I mean, other than seeing someone being handed what's the word? A voucher, a coupon, an invitation. If you see someone being handed an invitation, you can assume the person handing it is a Sicilian, but for the most part, it could be any merchant. In fact, the only person who has recently arrived who might even fall into that category of very important person would be yourself, Mr. Alfred. You are a famous offer, after all.
This is true, but I have not received any handoff other than our exchange. Are you a Sicilian?
No. Have you
Fair.
considered perhaps, what is the word? Announcing your presence around town?
Well, you see, I've tried, but it hasn't garnered a ton of interest. It feels like perhaps this town doesn't need my type of entertainment.
I see. Well,
Although, I may reach out to my guild, see if they may have some new connections.
Could your guild
Whoever
perhaps-
said- I've been paying dues to these people for years, and it is about time that it starts paying for me.
could you perhaps maybe put in a word that you would be interested in seeing the Afterlife Casino to your guild? Would they not be able to maybe move and shake in that direction?
Yes, they would. They are quite powerful and have sweeping sway over the entertainment industry within all of the region. So yeah, I mayhaps I will.
You pay people for more power? What is a guild?
Well, you see, it's more of a writers' union. We pool our resources for representation, and in that we have greater access to entertainment venues, bookstores, and book sales. At the end of the day, what I pay in union dues only makes me stronger.
You. Okay. Are there unions for useful people?
Typically, no.
As there is, I believe, the Sicilians are a somewhat sort of union for merchants. Is that
there
a
branch
useful
of
person?
MM&L? Is there a branch of MM&L here?
There is distinctly not.
Ah,
Not just that. I believe you remember vividly the last time a union attempt started at M&L.
no, not a union. I
Oh.
said a branch
Oh,
of MM&L
I see.
here.
No, you are not familiar with the
Oh.
branch of MMNL here.
Damn.
Teller.
Yes.
Tails, Mr. Tails, if you will. How would I now? I would like to.
Do you know to contact your union?
with my rep? With my rep.
You tell me how to usually contact your rep.
Well,
Song skipping down the street, hard to miss.
no. Usually there. So if I'm in like a bigger entertainment area, there's like
Mhm.
access to Sending Stone from there, but I don't know where that would be here. Do
So
they have pay Sending Stones?
they do not have sending stones. They do have aether lines, if you remember correctly. Like, in fact, you
Yeah.
heard one ringing downstairs when you had originally come to the tavern or to the bar.
Yeah. So
You can absolutely make a call.
Can
I would
I
love to make a
see
call.
one of those passes as well while I was doing that?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, you are given one of the
Yes,
pads.
lawyer the fuck out of those, buddy.
So, any markings on it at all?
Make a
that I-
quick perception check.
Steven, does it have anything to do with demons, devils, or aberrations?
Yeah, make a quick investigation check for me with advantage.
Yeah. $17.
Oh fuck. Okay. So you look at the pass and you see in very, very, very tiny font in the bottom left-hand corner a sigil you're unfamiliar with, but the words Mephisto Enterprises, which to you rings a couple of bells. One, because you've never seen one of the founders on a standalone business. So this
Yeah.
indicates to you this is not part of Mephisto, Malacroft, and Locke. This is one of the founders keeping something secret from everyone else.
I have blackmail.
Well, so you also get the idea that that is very dangerous for a lot of reasons. You being aware of this already gives you like a little bit of a, ooh, that's not great to know.
Oh no.
Two, you do realize the pass itself, the invitation, does have some infernal magic on it.
Oh great.
Let me see what else you can pull out of this one.
That sigil, is it in a different language? Or is it like a language, or is it a specific sign?
Is
for
it in
something?
infernal or something?
It is written in infernal, but so it looks more like an illustration to everyone else.
Yeah.
Let me see. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So other than that, you realize it's infernal. You realize it's similar to the contracts that you have at your office. It is more of a compulsion than it is a full-blooded contract, though. You get the idea that anyone who has this is, once it's used, compelled to tear it up and rip it. Which means you've got one invite. And until you get another invite, this one's realistically most likely disposed of by the person who's gotten it.
Does it have an NDA on it?
It does not have an NDA.
Oh,
Aha!
rookie.
Aha!
Yeah.
So people were just not saying anything on their way out? Wow.
Correct. You get
So, like, if there's a fucking NDA on it, then I'd be like, all right, that makes sense when they're not talking.
you get the impression that this itself is more of just a simple tool to get in. There may be other things, and just from that own kind of knock on your head, you realize that there's probably resources here that explains why the Sicilians have not been seen doing anything, because if Mephisto's involved, clearly they are sourcing things from
Pulling shit out of there.
not so much a location as a plane. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
there's a whole other reason no one can see things going in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see.
Is there a reason we don't just? How many security can they have? Go knock a few heads together, kick a door in, and just take things.
Oh, don't you worry, Corsa. There'll be a time to.
They must have fairly decent security, as several of our men have gone in and none have come out.
I will
Yeah,
relay
no
the information on there's magic on this that makes it so you tear it up when you use it.
Sorry, Jake, could you repeat that one more time?
Avoid.
So
Would avoid that.
the in character,
Yeah.
just gonna be like these have a power to make you tear it up once you use it. So that makes it the one-time use. You
Is there a
yourself
way
tear
to-
it up.
to avoid it.
Is there?
Is there a way to duplicate the
Can
card?
we
the
create
passes.
forgeries?
Can we forge it?
As I do not know, but each of you can make a what's deception with equipment? I'd say deception still. Like that's
Nice.
yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah, make just to figure out what would it entail? What would you need to make a forgery?
I think I might be confused. Do you to go to this
Oh, I
afterlife
got
at
11.
any time you have to have a pass?
That is correct.
Or just for? Oh, I thought it was just for that specific event.
No, you
13.
you always need one invite.
Damn, my deception's so good, but I rolled so terrible. The fake.
If you have a forgery
15?
kit too, you just get advantage. Like if you
I
have
don't-
proficiency in forgery.
Oh, you have a forgery kit?
Who does?
Oh no, that's just a writer's kit disregard.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
I definitely do not.
Let's go buy you one.
But we can acquire.
I could go
one.
buy one. Yeah, exactly. We can literally go get one. Yep.
I,
got a
assume the
15.
resistance may know where to find one.
There should be several forgery kits actually located just in the market. If you speak to any Sicilian, they may be able to provide you with a forgery kit.
I
I
would
find
heavily
myself-
encourage anyone who wishes to do this to disguise oneself prior to doing so. I would imagine this is one of those hot items that attract the minute you make a purchase.
I
So,
will-
Steven, with my bakery skills and my probably cake decorating skills,
Do you have
Would
chocolatier?
would I
skills?
have a proficiency in?
Are you
writing-
asking me if
In
they
imitating
grab one of the
somebody else's
receipts and they're just
design?
like, it's cake? Like,
Like, let's know if you can
No,
imitate
no,
somebody
like-
else's design.
like someone
Yeah.
else's like handwriting, or if I was like to mimic or recreate something due to my cake making skills and fondant and
Fondant?
like
I love the idea of
pipette.
Alex making a "Is it
Are you
cake room?"
trying? Are you trying to PETA this? Are you trying to Hunger Games that horrible scene where he's just kind of like blended into the rock? Like, is that what you're doing?
I'm just wondering if I could recreate this.
Would you
Due
remember
to my
that?
skill-
Do you
yeah,
remember
oh,
that
yeah.
from the Hunger Games? Because he was a cake
Uh-huh.
decorator. That's
Yes, he
exactly what
was.
he did.
Yeah.
all right. So the horrible idea of you hitting me with "is it cake" challenges.
I love the idea of that.
Well, no, just
Alex-
my skills in like pipette and
Oh
like
my
writing
God.
like "Happy Birthday," but in like a specific font.
If you ever get the
Or,
skill
like-
minor image and it's just someone punching into a cake, I swear to God. All right, so you don't think you're better suited than anyone else per se to do that, but you had the idea that you could learn how to do that because you have previous
Okay.
experience.
All right.
It's fucking hideous. How dare you?
Seriously, yeah. Okay, new business idea for Simul.
Yes.
We're gonna have it. Is it cake room?
Cake
There
or
are 3
mimic.
cakes in this room. Oh my god!
The
I'd have
worst game
Joke's
show
on
that's
you.
ever happened.
Joke's on you. The mimic is a cake.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole
thing
point
that
is
looks like a cake
you'd have
is
to bite into the
actually a mimic.
cake. Like that's the whole
Yeah.
point is that the two of them are
The
cakes,
cake
one's a
bites
mimic, and
back.
if you bite into the wrong one, yeah.
You don't even get a chance to bite it. Like as soon as you touch it, your hands stick to it.
So I mean,
like,
worst game show ever. All right, so you get the idea that forgery is possible, but you need to know more details about it. Like that is, it might be on the table, but you're not really sure.
All right.
As far as Carsa goes, you know security must be fairly tight for at least several well-trained militia operatives to just get ghosted. You know.
No one ever came out. I guess I'll save it for tomorrow.
In game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what Carson would do next.
Okay.
Well, gents, while you're speaking and possibly acquiring some materials, I'm going to pop down and make a quick call. If that's quite all right. Maybe flex my artisan guns, if you will.
Sorry,
Your fingers.
are you trying to reach an ally or pick up a woman? What type
Carso,
of call?
why? Never mind. I'm going to go play some football. Disregard.
When an owlbear calls, it is for a mate.
You see, you see fucking Holiday just raise his eyebrows like, what? All right. Okay, so
Are you praising him like he's an owl
As
bear?
I'm
Like-
walking away, I'm like, Carson, if you ever hear me hoot hoot, you'll know what I'm talking about. Today's not that day.
please let that come
that's
back.
100. This is an Easter egg waiting to happen.
Remember that.
That'll be
Remember that.
important.
The audience remember that.
So we cut to vignette now. It's just fucking hoot hoot.
Hoot hoot, baby.
Like no, he's like talking to somebody, and then he looks over at Carson. And he goes, "Hoot hoot."
Hoot hoot.
I'm only putting this in my notes as hoot hoot.
It's the equivalent of putting a
Wingman me,
sock
bro.
on the door.
Wingman me, hoot
Yeah,
hoot,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a bunch of just a bunch of
Carson knock
fucking.
on the door, and he yells out "Hoot hoot."
All I can imagine is a bunch of D&D frat bros going, "Owl bear me next time, bro!" And he just fucking walks out of the room. Whoa! All right, you make your way down the stairs. You see at this point the Nazis that have been previously paneling people have left. The atmosphere is kind of returned back to a little more jovial. People are like letting loose a little more. They're not as uptight as the military presence is no longer in the bar itself. You do see a small little Aether phone that's kind of built into the wall of the structure itself.
I take the phone off the hook.
Okay. You just hear some dial tone.
Hello, operator.
Shit, I could actually use the operator thing for this. I'm not going to. Just gonna
Do it.
fucking. I'd have to.
Do it.
I'd have to narrow it down.
You have
Do
to
it.
set it up.
No, it'd
yeah.
be like, all right, fucking. No, because
It's
that's
just a high pass filter.
No, I gotta make sure I have the right one and I don't fuck up the other.
That's all it is.
It's why you're fancy. Moments like this.
All right, fucking give me 2 seconds. I'm sure I can
It's just a high
fucking.
pass filter.
What's the
It's
point
just
in
a high
having
pass
it?
filter.
Take me to the Matrix, bro.
Is it? Okay.
This is why you're fancy.
It's not. It's not at all.
To be adaptive for the ultimate gaming experience.
Okay, all right. Calm down. Calm your tits.
Is this no?
Feel
Well,
like
it's
I'm
too
on a
much.
fantasy phone.
It's too sharp. Ugh. Give me 2 seconds.
Boy, now you're way past. That's a
there,
robot.
there we go. A little bit better.
Actually, I
Can't
cannot
hear him
hear.
at all.
I can't hear you.
Shit,
You're
fuck.
like noise gates cutting you out or something.
Is this like full noise gated?
Can't hear
Can't
you.
hear him.
Never mind. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Not doing it.
Operator. Hello. Hello, operator.
Hello.
Oh, connect me to the Dread Society of Abhorrent Literature.
One call to the Dread Society of Horror Literature coming right up.
No. Abhorrent. They always do this. Abhorrent.
Dread Society
That's
of
a
Horror
different
Literature
line.
coming up.
Do we like?
They
Do, we, like
always-
do you hear like the long nails clicking?
100% just plugging in the systems.
Click, click, click,
Please
click.
connect me to the Dread Society of Horror Literature, and it's disgusting.
Just hang up.
After 2 attempts, they finally get you hooked up with the right line.
They hooked me up with street meat.
No, because like here's the thing: the first time
That's
they
what
route
the Dread Society of Horror Literature is.
it's just the first time you just get hooked up. It's just this large man. It's just like they keep giving him the wrong number. So who is your representative at the Dread Society of Horror Literature?
Martin
Okay, Martin.
Felter.
Give me some details about Martin Felter.
Well, Martin
Felter.
Felter's just a talent. He's a talent agent.
Yeah, what's he like? Listen, I don't know this guy,
Character
so I
act,
need to
don't
roll
know.
it.
Fucking tell me. I don't know.
Yo,
I don't
I
know
thought-
either.
I hold up.
I
I
got it.
tossed you the ball once.
Matthew McConaughey from Tropic Thunder.
I haven't seen
That-
Tropic
that
Thunder.
is good.
I still
That
haven't
is a good
seen
one.
it.
You've never seen Tropic Thunder? What is wrong
I know.
with you?
I know.
Okay.
He is
Oh.
the ultimate
I got the
talent agent in that
TiVo. I got the TiVo.
All right. What the fuck was his name? Martin. All right.
New
I
York
thought you
accent.
Said, I thought you said Felter, and I was like, it's a puppet. Like,
That's it. It's just a
Yeah,
Muppet the whole time.
yeah.
You could do that.
He's got the fuzzy wuzzy
I mean,
voice.
You could do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you can.
Hey
yeah,
pals,
totally
Martin
do that,
here. Is that Alfred? Alfred? Ah! Alfred! Are you there?
Marty.
Alfred!
Marty. Listen, I'm in Solar. I relocated again. I know I'm supposed to give you folks notice, but I
just got you set up with gigs. I just got you set up with so many gigs. You're in another continent.
No. Well, you didn't call me, Marty. How do I know I have gigs? You didn't call me.
You're supposed to call me. I stay in one place. You move around. We've had this conversation.
Either way, just pivot those bookings. Push them back. I got a cold. I don't know.
I gotta make some calls after this. Oh.
Well, you've got to make some calls after this no matter what. So here's the deal, pal. I'm in Solar. Two things
How
I
did
need
you
in
get
this
to
town.
Solar? They're so far.
Don't ask. Don't ask. Marty, have I ever been known to not wander? It's what I do, baby. It's what I do. Hey, listen, you're here to manage the talent. I'm here to be the talent. The talent's calling you because I need two things in Solar. I need maybe a booking or two for a little bit of scratch. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just need to pay the bills on this one, pal. Thing two.
You're
Yes,
gonna
it's
make
new
me
club.
call a Sicilian? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, them's the breaks. That's what you used to say to me all the time. Remember when I started? Remember when I started and I would pontificate through long narratives and endless whines of story, and you'd say, hey, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks, Marty. Sorry to sling it back at you. So about the Sicilians, I'm also going to need for you to get working on. Start plugging away. Doesn't have to be today. Doesn't have to be tomorrow. Has to be within 2 weeks.
What?
Doesn't have to be today. Cannot be 2 weeks from now. But it doesn't have to be today. There's a new club. It's a casino.
Do you know what
It's got
time it is
room
where
for
I am right
entertainment.
now? Are you? It's
Couldn't
3
care
in the
less, Marty.
morning.
Couldn't care less, Marty.
It's 3 in the morning.
You know how entertainment works. You know how it works. The
This
clocks,
is my home
the clocks
phone.
Don't tick. I know. The clocks don't
My
tick.
wife and kid are sleeping right now, and so should I.
Well,
That
then
wasn't
maybe
a
don't have
sentence.
your maybe don't have your phone forwarded from the abhorrent society of literature to your house phone. I asked for that.
You called that?
Yeah, I called.
They keep
I called
doing
the main
this.
line.
I have called and made complaints.
Marty. Let's stay on task. Outside
Oh
of my
yeah,
realm of
sorry.
control.
All right, Alfie. All right, hit me with
Brand
it.
new club. You used to call me Al. Where's this Alfie shit coming from?
Oh, there's Alfie. Alfie?
Uh,
Alfredo. I'm tired, man. I'm just.
What Puppet would say.
It's fucking
It really
3 a.m., man.
Mop. There's a new club. It's called the Afterlife. I feel like its vibe fits my vibe very well. The Sicilians run it. Just get me in. I
Right.
don't care what you have to do. Just get me in.
Is that
And
the
I don't even
Infernal
have to do it as
Club?
a paid gig.
Do you know how?
What?
That's the Infernal Club, right?
Is it Infernal?
I don't know. I've heard a bunch of.
That sounds rad. That
there's-
sounds cool. I speak Infernal. I'm gonna speak Infernal for a second and make it sound really scary.
Jesus Christ, Alfie, that was a lot. 3 a.m.
Oh, see, I'm destined to play this gig. Again, the gigs that I need scratch for, they don't have to be in great places. They just gotta pay. But this one, this Afterlife gig, I'll do anything. Don't tell them that. Do not tell them that, Marty.
Right.
But I will do anything. Just get me in the door on this one.
Hey, Alf. Is it just you? You need a +1? What are we looking at here? Are you taking Carsa or no? Are you leaving a Carsa
Carsa's
home?
a given. Carsa's a given.
What are
He's
you
gotta
mean
come.
giving? You've told me explicitly, let's not tell Carsa on this one. At least twice.
I know I've said it. I know I've said it in the past, but that was in places that I was scared he was going to break things.
Well, you're not worried
know
about
how he is.
the fucking devil casino?
Marty. Some of these clubs are made out of fucking balsa wood, and you and I both know that. Corsa cannot be in those clubs. This one's in a cave. What's he gonna do?
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, shit.
Just get me the gig. Call me back.
A gig? I thought you wanted. Wait, is it a gig you want? They don't do that kind of. It's not their thing, man.
I don't care.
Wait,
Marty, how long have I been in the guild?
like a long time, but like it's not
How many favors have I asked for?
a lot. Like holy shit, Alfred! Like
So
a lot.
what's another one?
Oh shit! You say that every time. You say that, and them's the breaks. And I said it to you once, all right, when you first started, and I just won't hear the end of it. It's 3 a.m. I'll do what I can, and you just hear the phone click.
And feeble minds are cracked once again.
You see the-
under the massive weight of my talent.
You see the
And
bartender.
I walk back up.
You see the bartender eyeing you as you go up the stairs. Like, what the fuck? All right. So, what have the rest of you been doing in the room while he placed a phone call? Has anyone said anything, done anything?
They've just sat in silence, listening to my voice.
I was
reverberate
yes,
to the
from the
floor.
downstairs.
The rooms,
Just
the rooms
hearing-
are like kind of open, right? Because we're like kind of like a jungle coastal setting. The rooms are kind of open, right?
Yeah, there. Well, so the sound. How do I put this? The walls be thin. Like, it's not-
Do we hear the Muppet voice?
there's not a
Like-
lot. You don't hear the Muppet voice, but you do hear him yelling at Marty and just going, "Listen, I need the gig."
Them's the breaks.
Breaks.
You remember you told me that once?
Yeah, you just hear those verbatim, all of that conversation. Unless you've had your own. I don't know if anyone said anything, did anything.
She's quiet as a fucking church up there, man.
If there's like a desk, I'm like sitting at it,
No,
resting
no,
my head.
I
'cause
do-
I'm
I-
still
I
sick
do
and
wanna know-
tired, Like,
I do want to know. Everyone else has been very quiet and they've picked out pieces of the conversation. All Karsa heard was, some of them clubs are made out of balsa wood. Because I can't go in those clubs.
Carson probably heard this phone call a couple times
Because
before.
he did-
Just
he
like,
did-
"Oh, again."
he did specifically yell that part though.
Yes,
the,
he did.
The, like, stuff, yeah, he like those clubs are made out of balsa wood. Yeah, so
Carson
good.
can't
I've
go
heard
in.
it over and over. It just does not give a shit. And wants
Yeah.
more talking from the fucking.
It's fair. All right. You return to the room. Everyone is looking at you like, okay, that was wild.
No. We're not really looking at him. We're like looking away, but like
Distinct.
The
You
side
feel
eye.
you feel everyone's eyes distinctly not on you. Just
yeah.
you say Holiday staring at the butt of a cigarette, just trying to be anywhere else.
Well, gentlemen, I believe I may have found possibly another ticket in, and possibly our ticket in. We should probably do the work on the ground level just to make sure that we've got Plan Bs. But boys, gentlemen, Plan A is taken care of. Hey.
I will.
Is A for affluence?
Edward, you.
Yes?
You said these invitations. There's some sort of devil involved, yes?
I did not say that, but yes,
You said magic.
there is. I
Magic
said
involved?
magic. Yeah.
The
Yep.
Does that mean the security we're gonna face? In this place, they might have magic.
Yeah, at least some sort of power. To be able to control you like that.
I don't like that.
I don't
like
either.
being controlled by magic.
I
Do you
like
have a
that
way to
too.
s- Do you have a way to stop it? It can't control me. Make magic not work on me.
We could maybe overwrite the terms of this. Maybe, I don't know.
Not just
I
that.
have to look at it. I'm very tired and sick right now, man.
Whatever
I think it'd be-
magician.
Beneficial to hit the hay and then take up a lot of this tomorrow.
If you guys can figure out a way to stop any magicians in there from, well, I can take care of the rest. But help me handle the magicians.
All right, listen. I'm gonna rest. I will look at it in the meantime, see if I can come up with something. All right.
I think
Alright.
lodging would probably be in our best interest. We're quite tired from the fight. We still have
I still
not
have a
adjusted to
bucket
that.
next to me because I'm afraid I'm gonna vomit again. Like,
Yeah. Edward is looking decidedly unwell.
yeah.
All right. So what are our lodging arrangements? Do we do 2-room shares?
I
Do we do
suppose at this point
one-room?
I should be taking my leave. If there's nothing else. Oh,
How will we get back in contact with you? Is there a way to reach you, man?
you can ask Holiday, and Holiday will contact me. I do. I will likely have a gift for you tomorrow. Yes. Give me one night. I will find something, and I will bring it to you
Yeah, I was
shortly.
gonna ask if you had some way of making sure we got the most out of that vault as possible.
It's correct. That is what I was looking at. I do.
We,
I do have a specialty item. Should you wish to take it with you, consider it a gesture of good faith between our parties. I have a bag of holding that can only be opened with a specific command word.
nice.
Rather, it can only be emptied with a specific command word. You can stick your hand in it, and it's just a regular bag. But until you say the command word, you can't actually get into the planar pockets.
Okay. Can you
Fascinating.
guarantee that we'll get passes?
Well, no, I already have the passes here. If you
No,
want.
no, no. I mean into the cradle.
Oh,
The papers for that.
the
Or
vouchers.
yeah.
The vouchers should be in the casino. I believe that should be in the vault. I cannot guarantee it, but that is what I am told.
Mm.
Oh, the tournament that they're a prize for. Can you remind me if last time she told us what the tournament or the game was?
No, she did not tell you what the game was.
Nobody did. Yeah.
Okay, then I'd like to ask,
Ask.
what
Yeah.
if how do we win these passes? Do you know the game?
I mean, the
Chip
problem is the game of chance. You know, we do not. I cannot put much faith in you winning. It is a game of chance.
It's not
Well-
a wrestling match or a game of strength.
No, they do have
You
a slap.
see.
They do have a slap fight arrangement that is occurring.
Slap fight.
Yes, so there is a slap fight
Cursed
competition.
Son of a bitch.
We can just go in and take these. They slap fight. There are no warriors.
Well, two things need to be addressed here. Games of chance are only games of chance if everyone's playing by the rules. So we can guarantee a win on that one if we play correctly. And also, slap fight. Look at this man. Look at this specimen. You didn't think to bring up the slap fight.
Well, I did not think you were.
Carsa, show this individual your hands, please.
He pulls his hand back. Wait, hold on.
Was he about to like imitate a slap
a
and then
meteor.
actually not slap? Yeah.
Like, I just picture him going like and showing his hand really fast and just the
Yeah.
wind going.
Big hands.
Hilarious.
Yikes.
You know what they say about big hands, big weapons.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
he uses a 6-foot sword.
Big
It's my
sword.
sword.
so I should mention the slap fight is just another like a side concession, like a side bet. Like there are slot machines, there are different games of chance, right? Or games of skill.
no. We can hype it up so it's a major bet.
Well, no. So, how do I put this? The thing I require, the idol, and some of the larger riches, they are a prize for the 3 Dragon Ante tournament. Everything else is just in the vault. Is what I'm saying. So it would just be better for you to rob the vaults. The competitions are, how you say, unimportant. If you wish to make a little extra money, perhaps, but. The other, I did not think you would be interested in the other events taking place. I thought we were just robbing the bank. So
Or
to
to
speak.
create a diversion.
And also, yeah, what's the importance of this
Well
idol?
put, my good boy. I was going to say the same thing. Simo, you turn to the side. There may be a brain in there. Just cannot see it. Well put.
Thanks,
I
Alfred.
think that'd be a wonderful idea. Developing 3 staged of diversions. Mayhaps, one of us is rousing the tables by playing this anti-game and creating a stir in their ability to take chance by the balls and stare it in the face and say, "Don't come. Do not come." And then the other, just the pounding slaps from my friend Carcer here, rippling through this club, creating eardrum trauma. And then mayhaps a great performer performs. I don't know who. I don't know when.
So I should mention
but
that
perhaps creates a great distraction.
I don't-
So somebody with the
Reaching
stickiest
a
of fingers.
significant climax.
I don't think there are performances at the afterlife. I'm afraid.
You don't think that there have been performances yet?
Yes.
Let's face it, your intel inside is a little sketchy at best, and mayhaps we leave this to the Union.
Very well. I suppose I will trust you.
Well, don't trust us.
As for the slap fight, it is not. I think you underestimate what I mean by It is open to all participants. It is quite dangerous. There is a rumor that there's a literal dragon.
Karsa?
It will be dangerous because I am in the slap fight.
Does this look like the face of a scared man?
No, it does not. In fact, I am quite
Is
intimidated.
there a piece of? Is there like dinnerware or anywhere near us?
You see, there is distinctly a fork lodged in the wall.
Has he smiled
No,
yet?
is there like china?
Scarce
Is there like
smiled
a
yet?
glass or anything?
Any
like
glass
that?
in this
Like a
room has
plate?
been shattered.
Take off someone's hat and throw it and cut off a statue's head.
No, my head! No!
Oh wait, I have something for this. I have a glass bottle. I'm going to remove a glass bottle
Okay,
from my inventory.
Okay, well, the second it comes out of your inventory, it explodes into glass.
Why? It is glass.
I know.
But why?
Because somebody's certainly unlucky.
Because someone is distinctly unlucky, and I need you to make a quick dexterity saving throw for me.
You just unleashed a
It's like you
bomb.
asked for it,
Son
man.
of a bitch.
What were you trying to do?
I critted.
Oh,
It
okay,
didn't
cool.
break.
So it broke, but you saw it coming. You feel the bottle start to vibrate in your hand. You're like, nah, hot potato. You managed to
Okay.
just kind of.
Well, actually no, because can I say what I do? Because I critted.
All right, yeah. Just know the bottle must explode. I'll say that.
It will. I swing it in the direction of Carson. And I make it appear as if I smashed it off his bare face, and it just explodes. And he has no reaction to it.
Carson, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Critical fail.
Advantage on Dex.
You see it
That I
coming,
can
yes.
see.
You see it
Yeah.
coming. He just literally because he waved it in front of your face.
Oh, it was a natural 20 plus 2 at 20.
Shut the fuck
Two
up.
crits in a row.
Critted.
Two
Double
crits
crit.
in a row.
All right, so I'll say you
Wow.
wave it in front of his face, and it just explodes, and none of the glass touches him. He just stands there staring
This
at
is
it,
the luckiest unlucky thing that
almost
we've ever
like
done.
he is willing the glass to like. It bends out of the air away from his face, out of just sheer
So-
intimidation.
So what she witnessed is me swing a glass bottle directly at his face. It fucking explodes out of the sheer force of will, and he stands there unflinching.
Correct,
I
yes.
think that illustrates my point.
He is quite formidable. Yes. Okay. No, I understand. I would like to walk back my statements. He might be a perfect
So if we're speaking
participant
in
for the slap
understatements,
fight.
That's a good way of putting it.
Does sound like you want my seed tonight, but
What?
were you not here when I asked the entire bar who
Soft
wanted
sell.
my seed?
Soft sell.
I
sell.
was not. What? Are you a gardener?
All right, I'm gonna go find lodging.
Soft sell. Soft sell. Car sell.
I need a nap.
Yeah.
So
Full nap.
how do we go about acquiring lodge? Are we doing 2 rooms and splitting? Are we doing 1 room and all of us are staying? Are we doing individual rooms? What's going on
Carson
with
looks like he snores.
that? He does.
He does. What?
He's so fit. No, his throat muscles are tight.
Yeah, and he snores. You know, like powerlifters, bodybuilders, they snore like fucking crazy. They have horrible apnea.
Uh-huh.
I'll sleep in the same room. As
Weight on your chest, be
Chase
it fat or
territory.
muscle, is
Oh,
weight on
yeah.
your chest.
I personally
I'll share
snore
rooms, I don't
bigger.
care.
Like, the more I weigh, the louder I snore. The less I weigh, the less
Yep.
I snore.
Sharing
So,
rooms cheaper, I would assume.
Yeah, we should share rooms.
Yeah, who's
We'll just do the regular split.
okay?
Baker and the lawyer and
yeah,
Obvious.
the warlocks in one room, and
that's our warlock room.
can you just feel the dark energy through the walls?
You just walk in here, shadows and screams. Oh, what a lovely
Yeah.
room of death.
Oh, it's the warlock room.
The warlock room.
The room is like this like cursive W like on the door. Like, oh yeah, that's the warlock room. Warlock
All of
zone.
us-
Like,
all of
sorry.
a sudden,
yeah,
the blue oasis is darker than the afterlife or the afterlife tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're looking for towels, they're in the patron closet. Just check there.
You must ask your patron for a towel.
Fucking wild. All right. So you presumably purchase lodging for the evening. You guys split your
Yes.
respective rooms. And unless anyone tells me otherwise, you rest peacefully. There's no issues.
I look for a way to recreate the coffin.
In terms of lodging, you also notice, so here, instead of like having a large armoire, it is a horizontal dresser. It's like pull-out drawers. You could try. It's not
You definitely
terribly
have to
convenient.
make drawers.
You also
Oh,
know
yeah.
there'd be
Under
a
the
wooden
mattress.
bar right in the middle where your back would be. It's not going to fit the vibe. It's just not what you're looking for.
Man, I wanted you to turtle so
Relic-
bad. Like,
Reluctantly, Alfred lays on the bed and just kind of like tries to get the feel, and it's just not the same.
Could he
This
try
doesn't
under the
feel-
bed?
It doesn't feel right, and so he rolls off the bed and shimmies underneath it. You just see a hand go up and pull the sheets off.
A mage hand or a normal?
A mage one. Duh.
All right,
you see a floating hand.
I
just
need you to
grab
make
it.
a quick perception check for me.
There's somebody else under there already. Don't let the big one know I'm here.
17.
17. So as you kind of get under there and you start pulling the blankets down, you see a spider the size of a dinner plate begin crawling towards your face.
Is this spot already taken?
It continues crawling aggressively.
Mage hand.
I'm gonna mage hand it, move it.
You just grab it, you lift it up, and it just kicks its legs feebly.
What's your name, little guy?
It's a spider. It does not communicate with you unless you have some way of speaking to animals.
Animals.
I'm trying to see if I do.
Animal handling. Roll for it.
Tame the spider.
I'm gonna
it-
pet the spider.
Ooh, okay, make a nature check for me.
Let it
Why not
ride the
animal
mage
handling?
hand.
Animal
somebody's
handling or
poisonous.
nature, your choice. I figured intelligence
Somebody's
was closer,
poisonous,
but
and you can mage hand it above people and drop it on them. Like, what's that mage hand doing?
15.
Don't worry about it.
15. Yeah, you pet the spider. It is strangely, it's like it's hot out, but it's just very fuzzy. It does a little shimmy. It does a little spider butt shimmy.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, new friend, I'm going to retire for the night, and you enjoy yourself. I set him down with a mage hand and just kind of pat.
All right, where do you put him?
I'm gonna put him on the bed. There you go.
Okay, cool.
There's your comfy little
So,
spot.
Karsa, you
Oh, no,
see
Karsa.
Alfred pull blankets off the top of the bed, roll onto the bed, mage hand a spider the size of a dinner plate on top of the bed. What
And
do
then
you do
pat
for
it.
the evening? And then pat it. He pats it. He gives a little.
Good pancake.
Are you playing with your dinner?
I'm not quite hungry. This is a new friend of mine.
Oh. Interesting friend. I will take my sword out and my whetstone and my oil, and I will spend my time sharpening my blade for the morning and then just get to bed.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a-
we know
it-
what you mean by that.
It
That's
takes
why
a
I
while
sleep
to,
under the bed.
it takes a while to polish such a huge sword. So
Oh, God.
Protection from showers. Does it?
He fucking lights a couple candles. He likes the mood. He likes to set the.
I know they want my
Karsa,
seed. He
since-
says.
since you are occupying yourself in a way that's more meditative than it is like directly focused on something, I'll have you make a quick perception check for me.
Where'd that button go? There it is. 4.
You could also, I should have said, you can use nature or you can use perception, your choice.
Let's yeah. Nope, I would have went with perception. So
Okay, cool. All right. So with the 4, you just continue, like you're so focused on like removing any burrs from your blade, making sure everything's aligned, the edges are perfectly solid. Yeah, you're just very, very intently focused on maintaining your weapon.
that sound is actually a little loud tonight in this little room
You,
compared to when I'm out in nature.
So
Yeah.
that actually is a great call because you hear Edward and Samuel. You just hear the sound of shink, shink
Oh,
in the
our rooms
room
were
next to you.
each other?
Yes.
It's a wetstone, but it's not grinding against metal. It's grinding against
It's
other stone.
Stone. So it's like
Stone on
someone is
stone.
literally scraping stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's banging rocks, if you catch my drift.
Wow.
I assume you both look exhausted. I'm assuming you just pass out immediately.
Like,
Do you
three
say
of us
anything?
are exhausted, I think. So
Yeah.
No.
Is there anything you do
Hang
before,
my
right
coat,
before
my hat
bed?
up, hang my coat and my hat up.
Okay.
If there's like a nightstand, I'm gonna put the picture of my family on it.
Yep, there is, and you do.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Night.
Night.
I guess desummon my familiar for now.
Cool. You see him just
Like, give it some time off.
disappear
Yeah.
into like an infernal flame. He's
Give it some rest.
he just looks at you and goes, "Thanks, boss."
I dress down for the night, fold up all my clothes, put them on the cuck chair in the room.
Okay.
Because there's always one. Every hotel room has one.
I heard
Yep.
that for the first time this week. And
Did
now
you
said
really?
It, and it's one of those really weird things where I'm like, well, I didn't know that, and then now you just said it, and now I'm like, what?
Awesome.
Oh, it's gonna. I'm
That
never,
fact
like-
needs to scar you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
I mean, it doesn't, but it changes the way I look at hotel rooms.
Really?
Nice.
That's what changed it? Is
Well, because at first I was like, well, now I don't
What?
want to sit in that chair because of how many people. And then I was like, well, the bed's not better. Then.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Well, they changed
Yeah,
the sheets.
the
They
whole
don't really
room isn't
steam the
that good.
chair.
No,
They have
you-
a camera in the ceiling. Like,
I was
come
gonna say
on,
you've
man.
got to treat every room like it's just
Yeah.
every inch of it's been covered.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why.
Um,
Oh, by the way, I've been rewatching the first episode a lot. The point where you're like, yeah, there's a bunch of bodily fluids on the floor, maybe semen, and then JR looks at you and goes, maybe what?
It's just every hotel room. All right.
Yeah.
So, night passes. All of you at this point here outside. When you wake up, the waves have gotten increasingly loud, and you see the beginnings of a storm. As water begins trickling down outside.
Did we get a good seafood chowder here?
You could
Breakfast.
upon waking up, what do you do? What is your plan for the day? What are you guys doing?
What time do we wake up?
That is entirely up to you. I don't set that.
Carsa gets up a little on the earlier side, and you
I
probably
would,
all
too.
wake up when he stomps around. And although he moves fairly quietly for his size, he's not trying to let you guys sleep in too much. But he's going down for breakfast, and his first question is, "What's on?"
So looking down at the bar itself, you get this. The idea this is less of an inn and more of a bar. Like people stay here for the night, but there's no continental. There's nothing like that. They fully expect you to go find your own breakfast.
I just want to say
Look
that
on Derek's face.
Alfred, Alfred is wildly used to Carsa just stomping around in the morning,
Mhm.
and he's sleeping in.
Okay.
He just sleeps. He's the type of guy that gets his full 12.
All right. Well, then before I walk off, I'm gonna give him a quick thump in the chest with my finger. It's probably as big as one of his ribs. Just be like, "I'm gonna go check out a checkpoint. I'll see you back. Probably here."
Okay.
Sleep.
Go away.
Karsa farts as he walks off.
The
The
sound of
yes.
Cleef's and Cheeks clapping.
A mage hand just appears and goes,
Karsa's gonna walk out first thought. Oh, well, if either of the other two are up.
It's up to them. What say
I
ye?
would be up this early.
You two would be up early. No. Are you talking like you guys are up before the sun rises?
Yes,
Like, what's-
Probably with the sunrise. Karsa's like a with the sunrise guy.
fucking
I'd be up
bakers.
before it.
Well then, Karsa, if he sees Simuel down there, but I would like to go see the strength of these Nazis. I like to know my enemy. I want to go
Alright.
see these checkpoints and see these patrols. And well, I could use some street meat on the way.
All right, let's go for a walk and let's see if we can maybe find a forgery kit along the way.
Will you not look for morning baked goods?
Oh, I'm sure there's something about I can find.
If you find one that is good, you tell me. I will try it.
Definitely.
We are agreed. And we walk.
Okay. All right.
Karsa and Samuel adventure.
It's finally happening. Oh boy. All right.
He who likes to eat and he who likes to make food.
I'm waiting for this.
This is great. All right. My two most chaotic players. Excellent.
Perfect.
So you leave the Blue Oasis. You know that the Blue Oasis is near the Market District. If you want to start there and look for breakfast, if you want to look for your forgery kit, that's a good place to go. And if you want to look more towards like the patrols early, you're going to be going towards the jungle. So two different directions. You got to tell me which one you want to go to first.
Probably
If-
breakfast.
Breakfast.
Okay. So presumably you return to the market. There are different areas for you to go. There is. I hate you both so much. God, I gotta delete chat. All right, I'm closing chat so my eyes don't keep going to it. Fucking assholes. All right. All right. So, you both arrive at the merchant district. You see the same large canopy of tents that were there previously. At this point, most people are starting to like remove cloth covers from some of their wares. You see people are kind of dragging in little carts that are being moved by these prehistoric creatures, just slowly like as they like.
Wait, what do you mean prehistoric creatures?
So you see there are gigantic reptiles like you had previously encountered when you were first here.
Okay.
Yeah, just these large, like, you get the idea this is not something you see everywhere. And Karsa, in your mind too, this reminds you weirdly of home, and that some of these creatures defy modernity, if that makes sense. Like, so many of them are of an older kilk, you know? Ilk, not kilk. So you
Okay.
see people who have these gigantic hearts latched to these large lizard creatures that are just dragging entire wagons full of goods, and you see them unloading the wagons, begin putting them into their different various tents.
I was confused because I pictured a little like velociraptor pushing a cart.
Just
I was like,
yeah,
what?
no, think more stego kind of deal or brontosaurus. Yeah.
Then I guess I felt Samuel. Where is your kit? Your forgery kit?
Forgery, Karsa. I don't know. Looking
Forgery.
around, are there any signs that say like, or any signs that would make me believe that there would be a forgery kit inside?
You get the idea that if you're looking for that kind of thing, you're definitely looking towards more of the like stationary, like, so you get the idea that if you're looking for something, it's probably in a shop that sells like not necessarily tourist items, but definitely more like wish you were here cards, you know?
Okay. So, point around to the stores that it could be.
Okay. All right.
Check out a few. I assume we get breakfast first because I want Karsa to be not
Satiated.
famished for this. Yeah.
If when we come across a place that smells good, it's literally the thing I would stop for. But if we haven't crossed one yet, because the food's farther, then not yet.
And yes, I am also looking out for Karsa's stomach along the way and trying to find the best pastry in the area, breakfast pastry.
You are a decent child, Samuel.
Thanks, Karsa.
Let me see.
You will probably be spared in the upcoming war. Not that one. Ignore that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that one. No, I mean, not me.
Alfred's fucked.
Great.
We're probably gonna hire Edward.
All right. So you do, God. So if you're looking for food, you have your options in terms of, you see there's that same that wide variety of fruit that you have never seen before. That's still always an option. But you also see at this point, as you're getting closer to the market, there are stands with people who have open spits that are just roasting mysterious types of meat that you're not familiar with.
I'd like to find something I am familiar with, like a pastry, like a croissants, or is there any?
None of like so. This place is largely alien to you. Like a lot of the food is something you've never seen before, and it's always colorful and bright, and it's bombastic, but it's nothing remotely like you would be familiar with at home.
If there's one where the portions come out looking large,
you do see there is someone who is carving plesiosaur steaks that are genuinely like this size of like a small halfling. Like that's a thing.
that's my thing. I go to that.
Okay. All right.
I'll follow along.
All right. So you approach. You notice this has the same kind of dinosaur sign that the one when you first entered the port did. So you get the idea. This is probably like the other one's the actual like the store itself, and this is more of a pop up kind of deal. But you see a tiny little goblin that is straight up like using his full body weight. Like he is, what's the word? Josh would know, and he's fucking gone because he fucking just disappeared. He's doing like full body lifts to rotate the spittle. He is using the whole force of his body to rotate the turning spit at this point.
Is that doing like pull-ups?
It's like a pull-up. Yeah, it's the equivalent of a pull-up, and it's like just using his full weight as a dead body kind of thing.
Is that the word you were looking for, or are you looking for muscle up?
I don't know what the word is. That's why I was like, oh, JR would know what kind of exercise this is. Anyway.
Are you looking for rows, Steve?
What?
Rows?
Not really rows, because he's literally
rows are like on the ground. He's up. He's going up. Yeah.
Like, you know how a lot of professional parkour people like jump and hit that kind of deal? Essentially, he's just doing that with a spit. He's just rotating the spit with his own body. And then, like, as it kind of ends the arc, he swings his feet out. He gets back up, swings his feet out, gets back up. But, like, there is a creature that is easily twice his size that is rotating in the center.
I will.
And he stands at a solid 2 feet. So you're probably looking at 4 feet of meat.
Little one, I will buy a hunk of your meat.
Are you looking to feed a family? How much you want? We sell whole steaks, quarter steaks, half steaks.
I want to look at like a. Does he have a chunk that looks like edible in 2 meals?
So he has a chunk that looks like it's made for 4 adult humans. That is a whole steak.
Steven, is the business called Bleats?
No.
Bleats 4 feet of meat?
No, there is a sign that you weren't able to read in the beginning as well. It's still indecipherable.
Hey, Steven?
Yeah.
I forgot this somewhere along the line before when I changed to level 3. I do have the ability to read all writing.
Oh, cool. All right. So if you look at the sign now,
what? Dude, that's crazy.
Warlocks.
I couldn't fucking find it last game, and I was like, I know I have it somewhere.
No. So if you look at the sign clearly reads prehistoric forest.
Cool.
How much you want?
I'll probably buy the full 4-person steak. That one.
All right. It's gonna be 5 platinum pieces.
What is platinum?
Never mind.
He looks like you see like his gambit to trick you has tricked him, and he's just like,
what? Listen, just It's gonna be 50 silver. That sound good?
You see him open each one of his bags and see the one that has all the silver in it.
Yeah, 50.
He
50.
just starts to like slowly count,
Okay, but it's one.
and then after a couple, he just takes a big handful and drops it. And says, "Is that 50?"
You see him distinctly parse out he is make a quick, both of you can make a quick perception or insight check.
A 4.
14.
A 14. You see him as he's counting, he's pulling them out and then forgetting the number and then starting all over again.
Would you like me to do your tally?
Yes.
Yes. You see him push the coin over to you. How much did you pay him?
40 silver.
You give him 4 and he's just like,
Let me count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's good enough. All right, 40 it is.
he doesn't say 40 is. He just goes,
That's 50. That's 50.
and then he scoops it into a bag and he gives you literally, you see him take out this blade that is longer than him and he begins carving around the spittle, and you see that like as he's kind of turning the spit, the blade is running through the meat, and as you get to the top, he just slices the top and this giant flack of steak just falls onto the ground in front of him, and he immediately provides it to you.
I mean, I just take a big old hunk of bite.
It's not great. It's a little gamey, but that's never bothered you. It's in terms of street meat, solid choice. It's a lot of protein.
I then hold it out for Samuel to take a bite.
I'll take a bite, sure.
You see like the little goblin go,
That's fucking romantic. I love it when couples do this shit in front of me.
Like,
make a Constitution saving throw.
oh god, I knew this was coming. 21.
21. All right, so as you immediately take a little bite, the outside is burned. It is just charcoal. The inside, raw and undercooked. You get the idea that like no part of this is good. And the fact that Karsa is gleefully just like tearing into it with his sharp fang teeth, horrifying. You, on the other hand, as someone who is a culinary mastermind, you can't help but like feel your stomach begin turning where you're like, ugh, ugh.
Can I, like, be like, oh yeah, that's good, and then try to disguise?
Make a quick deception check for me.
15.
15? All right, let's see if...
I'd assume that Karsa is too engulfed in his own meat to notice me, but...
And as soon as you take a bite, I just...
So you just go, oh, that was great. And then you kind of pocket it and throw it on the ground. And you see the goblin run up and go, fucking don't waste that shit. He immediately scarfs it down and then goes right back to turning this bit.
I make the suggestion. It might be beneficial to lower the heat and raise the meat, if possible.
The fuck are you, the health department? Get out of here. God damn it.
Is that really 4 feet of meat? Am I getting what I paid for?
Well, no. Karsa will now happily just follow along.
You do the
beside
subway
him for
lawsuit.
The next 15 minutes, Karsa's just eating it. Just following him along, looking for a kid.
Every time you see him tear into a chunk, there's just shivers up your back where you're like, oh god, that's not okay. You have not had a satisfactory breakfast. Are you picking anything else up? What's your plan here?
My
Is there
food's here. I'll be
anything
Okay.
Is there anything that looks like a halfway?
There's a lot of fruits you've never seen. There's a lot of things you've never tried. You do see there's someone who is selling like this clearly this kind of fish. You're not familiar with it, but it looks grilled. It looks fine. You see this melon-like fruit that appears to be topped with like a drizzle of honey or something equivalent.
I don't trust most of this food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Uh,
you hate their culture? What's wrong with you?
The last 3 things that people have tried to put in their mouth, they have had to roll a fucking Constitution saving throw for.
That's fair.
Yes, I failed.
you see berries, you see a lot of just a variety of colorful fruit. You see this some sort of cooked meat that is in like a bed of greens.
That interests me, since that looks most likely the only thing that's edible,
Okay.
in my opinion.
You
Okay.
just
I investigate it. I
Okay.
guess.
It does look. It looks like it's been seared over some sort of like coal grill. It's clearly like seared over something with wires because like the sears have actually made their way into the meat. You don't, unless you want to make a check. You don't really know what the meat is. You can make a nature check if you want to kind of identify what the components are.
15.
A 15. You get the idea that the meat is probably something from the jungle. It might be like a primate, maybe. And then as far as the greens go, you know for sure those are poisonous. That is something you do not want to ingest.
Oh, good. So the fact that the meat is touching the greens, does that make the meat poisonous as well?
No.
Oh, cross contamination, not a thing.
More like it's not so much it's not like leaking poison, it's just that to ingest it would be poisonous. You know.
Okay. Walk up to the stand. What is this meat that you have out in the greens?
That is a fine delicacy where I am from.
Which is?
How you say?
Let me pull up the creature's name. I gotta make sure I have it right.
Ape ass?
No. What are you called?
I know that is
Really, it didn't actually give the full description. It goes,
that is flying monkey meat.
Okay, what are the texture qualities? What is the
Is it what?
gamey to
I say, excuse me?
how taste?
Ah, it's very good. The monkey wing gives you wings. It's very good.
Would you suggest creating a puree or a pate out of it? How does it dress up?
Yes, both those things. Always.
He's bullshitting me.
yeah, 100%. Yes.
How many copper for it?
I know it's 2 silver, my friend.
Okay.
Uh,
Allow.
All right, you give him 2 silver. He hands you a bundle of poisonous greens with some flying monkey meat on it.
Okay.
Wow.
You
Make
tell
it
me,
a
my man. What are you doing?
I was gonna have Karsa try it, but he's indestructible, so it wouldn't do anything.
So, like, note to self: don't eat the lettuce while in Oz.
Ugh. Can I like make now that I have it within my possession? Can I like get the aromatics of it? Like,
You can make a
is there-
perception check if you want.
I just want to know if this thing's gonna.
You can make a perception check or
Perfect.
survival, your choice.
I guess perception. Oh, 19.
19. You see other people who have been ordering the same thing and have just been eating the meat. They have not been eating the leaves. You get the idea that the leaves are probably something it's like cooked in or steamed in a way that doesn't transfer the poisonous properties of the leaves, but imparts some sort of flavor to it.
All right. Where are we again?
Solar.
When in Solar, I guess. And then,
All right. Yeah, you take a bite and you realize the way it is steamed has caused all of the muscle tissue to not contract. It's very loose. It's almost like eating a meat pudding, and it's really good. Like, it's surprisingly nice. The outside is seared, but the inside is soft and gelatinous. So like the outside has like, even though it doesn't have like skin on it, it's still got a crisp crunch texture to it. The inside is just warm and meaty and full of umami. It's just salty, savory.
I enjoy. How big is this thing, like size-wise?
Not very. It's almost about like the size of like something you could fit in your palm. Almost like a steamed bun kind of deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I eat like 3/4 of it, and then like tell Karsa to try to clear his palate as much as he can.
Yeah, he offers you this steam cooked.
Monkey.
All right.
Let's drop it in my hand.
You eat it, and all of a sudden, you realize the true epitome of street meat. This is top tier street meat. What you're eating is like mid to low tier, and you recognize that even in your own heart. You're like, this is edible and it's good, but it's not greatest thing I've ever eaten. This is solid street meat. In one foul swoop, this man has identified the creme de la creme of street meat.
I will invade here first for the street meat. Good find, Samuel.
He believes you to be a street meat connoisseur now.
You can add that to your sheet.
You're a street meatier, you know?
I hate you.
I would like to go back to the guy after like
sampling
this and being like, how do you prepare this? Like, I'm thoroughly invested.
I do literally, for finding this, I do literally trust you more. you have good intelligence then.
So he tells you it's more of a smoking process. So they steam everything inside this this trench they dig out in the middle of the jungle. They fill it with these greens. They wrap everything, they wrap the meat inside the greens. They steam the greens, and then once it's been cooking for like 12 hours, they pull it out. That's why it's
it's barbacoa.
Yes, it is. He's flying monkey barbacoa.
How much does he have?
Not much. You get the idea that this is something that flies very quickly. Yeah, flies. But
didn't fly fast enough.
yeah, clearly. But that you can't really buy it in bulk. It's clearly not something to be. It's not like rations.
Would I be able to how many does he have out?
He's got another 3 sachets of it.
Okay. I say thank you for all that you've given me in knowledge, and I would like to purchase the rest of these, if you would.
That's going to be the range, yes.
Okay. And I give him 1 gold piece.
Oh, fuck. He takes it and goes,
My friend, you have made a fantastic purchase. If you ever need anything again, please come this way.
Okay. When do you think you'll be getting more of this? Gold meat.
Maybe another 2 days? 3 days?
I'll be back. Oh, does your other location happen to have this as well?
Sorry, other location?
Or no, shit. Or do you have other locations?
No, I just have a tent here.
Okay. What's the name of his shop, by the way?
the Fur and Fang.
Fur and Fang. All right. Very cool.
It's basically a food truck. And
Yes.
I love it.
Samuel, this reminds me of Pit Yeti back home.
Honestly, it's the same concept. That's 100% accurate. As you're, kind of thinking back, you did the exact same thing with a group of your tribe.
When we
What
Yeti
is a
hunted in
Yeti, the
groups,
big monkey?
and when we had to kill the Yeti, well, we didn't need to eat all of the Yeti in one day. So one you eat raw, but the other you put in a pit with a low fire for a full day, and it came out much like this.
Okay. Also, I bought 3. I would like to split the next one in half. Give half of it to Karsa, half of it for myself, and I'll save the other 2.
Okay. How you do so?
Best friend.
Best friend. There you go.
Yeah, immediately working his way out of Alfred, just
Not-
no, this
not
isn't
that there
great,
was-
but
Alfred
Yeah,
never
not that
finds
there was
me
a-
better street meat and
I
shares
was like,
it with
not
me.
that there was a whole lot of competition there.
no, yeah. There we go.
All right. So,
Oh,
Karsa, would you mind if
that's
we
too
went
much.
to go look for the forgery equipment?
Or Samuel, anything you would like. While he's still eating.
turn that down a little bit. It's playing quite loudly. There you go. Okay. So where are you guys going?
Looking for forgery
Okay.
equipment.
So you do see a place that has you see a place that has writing equipment and that sort of thing. It's not like distinctly saying this is a forgery kit, but you in your head, do you have proficiency with forgery or no?
I don't have any tool proficiency, no.
Does Karsa? Neither of you know what you're looking for. Then you can make a guess at what might be necessary, but you're not sure.
Okay.
But you see the place you're like you see the place that has stationery and writing equipment and tools that might go into a forgery kit is called the Fine Line.
Okay. Take a look in there.
Walk
Around, peruse.
Okay. Doing so, you do just see a lot of quills and inks. You see more modern items like pencils. You see pressed paper. You see parchment. You see large quills. More or less, a lot of that ilk. You see wax for sealing letters. Just a variety of objects in that vein.
Okay. I would like to talk to the shopkeeper.
Okay. You see an elvish man who just goes, "Hello. Welcome to the Fine Line. Are you interested in any of my fine wares?"
I believe I just might be. I'm looking for something. I'm trying to... Let's see. My friend is a writer, and I want to perhaps play a joke on him. I want to write entries into his book, but make it look like it was his own writing. Perhaps something that mimics writing of a style in one's own.
Are
Do you have anything?
I'm certain we can find something. Are you familiar with what kind of ink he uses? What kind of parchment?
Thinking back to the paper.
You're not sure because he's hitting you with technical things up front, and you were just like, I don't know.
Is it like, well, can I explain the texture?
Yeah, you can. You're kind of give like a rough explanation of cardstock, but when they go, is it cardstock A5? Or are we looking at like C3? And you're just like, I don't know. And this is where your lack of expertise on what a forgery kit might entail is kind of bumping up against.
So explain roughly around what the card type would be, like what kind of, like the darkness of the ink from like lighter to dark, and try to give him the best understanding and try to have him narrow it down to a couple things.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Samuel, what is wrong? I heard the Sicilians could help us find such items.
We're getting there.
Carson says it a little too loud always.
Sorry, are you looking... Is there a specific item you were looking for? Is that...
Sorry, man.
I was looking for a kit or a makeshift kit. I got a 2, by the way.
All right.
You got a 4. Hold on. You got a 4.
Sorry.
Come
I got
on.
a 4. I just accidentally come out and say, like, I'm looking for a kit so I can forge some writing.
Maybe Carson helped?
You can give... I'll give you advantage. You could try with advantage because Karsa is gently reminding you.
Carson's blunt.
Okay. What was I rolling for again? I'm sorry.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh shit! I think I rolled perception before.
All right. Well, you can make this roll with advantage then.
Okay.
You did roll perception before. Yeah.
That's an 18.
Okay. Cool. An 18.
And that's another 18.
18's enough. He just goes, I wouldn't normally sell something of this variety, but this is just for a practical joke, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let me put something together. And he, with your description, puts together a kit that might work for this intended purpose.
Sick.
That will be 5 gold pieces, please.
You got it. I hand him 5 gold pieces.
Okay. You can put down in your inventory forgery kit specifically for the purpose of trying to mimic this card. You don't know if it works. You don't know if it doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time.
Always a pleasure here at the Fine Line.
Cool. Carson, was there anything? We walk out.
Yeah, oh no! One more thing, Shopkeep. Do you know where we can find more monkey street meat?
You see him look at you with a look of like, what? No, I can point you into the direction of some very good fruit.
Oh. Something that perhaps would not.
Make us roll a constitution check.
Point, Shopkeep, point.
You see him gesture to another stand that is kind of what's the word? It's kind of hidden in between some of the other fruit stands you've seen. There's like very colorful, bright foods, and then there's that giant spittle of roasting meat that immediately caught Carson's attention. But near that same booth is a much smaller little table that is serving off ingredients that look a little more common to you. Things that you're like, I recognize those. Okay, that's fruit from home.
Oh, sick.
People probably know to move out of the way with how fast Carson's moving to that
Okay.
spot.
So you see.
Thank you for your time. And
Yes, have a nice day. You see a table that is filled with apples that you recognize. They're apples, but they're insanely expensive because you realize they're imported, not exported.
Oof.
Let's see what else is there here. You do see some sun-dried banana candy, and that's like familiar to you. You see some sort of roasted nuts. And it looks like you do see the person running the stand appears to be some level of like low-grade magician, because you see them simultaneously cooling down what looks to be like some sort of like shaved coconut ice dealio. And then next to that, it looks like they're flambeing some sort of like fruit that is like in some sort of port wine liquor.
I need none of your food, witch.
You just see the wizard kind of look up to you, and he has this gigantic snaggletooth. He has a curly mustache, and he just goes, "My name's Greg."
Definitely a witch.
I ain't no witch. So you just go right back to like paying a great amount of attention to the fruit.
I try to assume the proper position to introduce myself to him. You're like, "Hello, my name's Samuel."
Howdy, Samuel, why you talking like that? You talking all strange.
He doesn't know what I fucking sound like.
Talking all crazy.
No, he
like.
just hears you, and he thinks you sound crazy, even though you sound just like him.
Well, I have to keep going with it. I'm just a fine connoisseur of fruits.
You like them here fruits? All right, that's good to know.
What are you doing? What kind of thing are you flambeing?
You see him look at you, and he just goes,
I got some of that devil fruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's it do?
What
I know what a devil fruit is?
no. No, in fact, you're pretty sure if that's a fruit's name, it's not its given name. This is clearly a colloquialism this old man is using.
Is it a gum gum?
No.
This fruit, it lets you see through walls.
Really?
Just for a minute or two. Old Greg likes to use it towards the shower house. You catch my drift?
Oh boy, do I get your drift.
Report him. Report him.
You just immediately slap cuffs on him. Hey! All right.
Citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!
Let you see through thin walls, nothing too thick. You know what I mean? Like just thick and just like the bathhouse is a pretty good example because honestly, that's all I'll really ever use to look through. But that's where we're looking, pal.
All right. Would it be possible to procure some of them?
100 gold pieces. Give it or take it.
You write a strong bargain. All I can afford to cough up right now is 5, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to be turning the other way on your devil fruit.
Yeah, get the fuck out. I ain't gonna do 5. 5, you fucking kidding me? 5. You out of your mind. You could haggle me down to 25, you idiot, if you couldn't. 5.
You see him just
Sorry, I'm running a tight budget.
Get out. Just leave. Ain't worth it. 5. Get your ass out of here.
Have a wonderful day, Greg.
See you later,
Threaten
Samuel.
him!
Carson, you watch this weird exchange happen. Do you do or say anything? You're muted.
Oh, muted.
As soon as I saw it was like normal food, I was like, oops,
All right,
I was
you
like
just
half
defeat,
checked out.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this fucking guy.
All right.
I was close enough to back Samuel up if he needed, but as soon as he got weird and I didn't understand, I was like, oh, fuck this.
Did he
Fair
lose
enough.
points for the way he talked just then?
He gained points to the street meat, lost them for the what was that?
Yeah. He's
Alright.
losing street meat points now.
No.
He's a little more in the Alfred category again.
So
I like to
say-
imagine he has like a little like wheel that he like spins. He's like, yeah, this way.
So I will head on to another direction, probably back, unless there's something else that Carson would like.
Oh,
Okay.
I wanted to make my way the other direction to go see a checkpoint
Yeah.
and or patrol of the Nazis who are defending the forest.
Are you going with Simuel or is this just you?
If Samuel wants to go.
Oh, I'll go.
Okay.
I'd like to explain that I was trying to haggle in an interesting manner to try to get more out of him. I wasn't just being weird to be weird.
You weren't just mocking him. Got it.
Yeah.
That is why I travel with people like you and Alfred. I do not understand these weird customs or habits. But I see they can sometimes be beneficial, I guess.
Okay.
All right. Let
So
me.
let's continue on.
Okay. So as you move out to the woods.
So essentially, Karsa has heard that you can't get into the jungle because there are so many Nazis. And to him, that's
Yeah.
a very weird concept. Unless
Well, he
you're
also said there was like an
army.
alarm system as well.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Let's see what that. What's that? What does this look like? What's that?
Okay. All right. So you make your way out of town. It's maybe an hour or two of a trek before you're into. You could clearly see there are a bunch of people in uniforms walking back and forth in front of these makeshift ramshackle shack-like structures that are sporadically scattered across. Next to them, you see these gigantic sigil stones that appear to be glowing in runes that you're not familiar with.
Are they like a speaking language?
They're not a language so much as they are like a manifestation of magic. You know, they're not. It's not like an arcane language. They're not written words. They're more like channels of magical energy.
Just like a couple sigils, or like a lot.
A lot. Not-
Oh, okay.
Just like big ones, but it's very small, intricately carved into the stone. You also see at this point too, the storm has kind of picked up, and as you guys have made your way further into the jungle, it begins to pour rain. It is extremely wet. You see the mud out here is like, because it's not like paved streets or anything, it's just wet mud. So the sand and the dirt beneath you is just saturated with water. Like it takes you at least in in Carson's case, this is something he's familiar with. He's used to like hard nature terrain, right? In terms of Simul, however, your boots are constantly getting stuck in the mud, and you're just kind of lifting your legs as it just goes and it's like slurps out. It's definitely difficult terrain. It's not easy to move around on. Having reached one of these checkpoints, however, I'll have you make a quick either investigation or perception check, your choice.
There's some lowballing.
7
Ooh.
5.
perception.
Okay. So looking at it, it looks largely unmanned. It doesn't look like there's many people here. You see maybe 3 or 4 Nazis just kind of walking around and talking to one another.
Carson would hold up one hand to like wave real quick, and then hold both arms kind of out and down to the side, kind of like a symbol of I'm not reaching for my weapon.
Yeah.
And simply slowly stroll up towards the nearest person he can see.
Okay, as you begin strolling up, you immediately feel yourself flanked by 6 others that just kind of come out of the jungle at this point. So there are currently 8 guards by this checkpoint who are watching you. And you see one of the guards get into the booth, and then you hear a clicking locking mechanism.
Yeah, as soon as I see the ones near me, I just stop. I turn. Hello, I am new to this land. I have heard to enter the jungle. I need your permission. Is this true?
That is correct.
Then I ask, what does it take to receive your permission?
You must have been blessed by those above, and you have not the blessing.
Who are those above? And Carson looks up at the trees.
No, not literally above. You must have been blessed by the upper echelons, so to speak.
And how do I speak with them?
You do
Will they
not.
come here?
You either have their blessing or you don't. And you do not. We advise you move away now.
Then we'll
Okay.
come back with their blessing. And
That
Carson
would
turns,
be wise.
and Carson starts walking back the other way.
You do
And
so
when I
as
get
you
back to Simuel. Oh, go ahead.
as you begin walking away, you see the locking mechanism on the shed unlock, and the guys step out and kind of look outwards.
When I get back to Simuel, I'll say, what is an echelon?
It's like a higher stream of government, right? Alex asking.
You don't know. Like, I mean, it is directly limited to how much you think that Simuel would know, and if you don't know, Simuel probably doesn't.
Well, then we can ask Alfred, and if he doesn't know, I'm sure. What's her name? Verity will know.
Karsa, you can make a quick survival check too, if you'd like.
Sure, that natural one though.
Oh, did you really get a natty one on it?
Somebody had to roll on it at some point.
So you were very eagerly looking to see what they were armed with, what they had in terms of gear, but they looked entirely unarmed to you. Like they had no weapons.
What did I notice?
You can make a similar investigation or perception check.
Just the fact that they all snuck up by surrounding me was enough for me to be like, I have respect.
14?
14. You saw they had weapons. You're not like some of them look modern, while others looked strangely unique. You're not familiar with what they had.
So some look like guns, some look like...
You could tell
grenades.
definitely they at least 2 of them had a rifle.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. Where do you go from there?
I head back.
I don't know.
Okay.
Can we, like,
That's what I
follow
needed
far
to
enough?
see.
Can we follow far enough away for a little bit? Just to, like, keep an eye on, like, where the outlying portion could be to see, like, other checkpoints in the gate? Or
If you want to walk further, you can see they're all within so no checkpoint is not in visual range of another one. You get the idea. The way they're set up is to encourage, if you see one station to go down, to immediately back up that station.
Did it look like there were any laser gates or whatever?
No,
Like
all
any
you saw
magic-
were those
just
stone
runes?
obelisks that had runes. Yeah.
Did they all have uniform?
Yes, every single the ones there had uniforms.
They all have the same symbol on them or something. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Awesome.
As far as the runes, can I do my best to write down?
There's
you know,
so many of them. You'd have to sit there for like an hour and a half and squint from where you're at. Like they're not just giant big ones. They're like so many tiny little ones that are all over the surface of the obelisk.
The
can
first
I
time
write
in-
down the big ones?
There's no big ones. That's what I'm saying. Is they're all tiny and they're all over the face of the obelisk.
The first time in like a year of D&D where keen mind would actually come in handy.
Shucks. So you guys return back?
If Samuel wanted to hang up for a second, I would. Otherwise, I would head straight back, seeing what I need to see. I wanted to confirm that we weren't being lied to and that someone really would try and stop us.
Gotcha.
So the thing that I have, the Eyes of the Runekeeper, it does say I can read all writing.
If
Of the Rune Keeper? Come on.
it lets you translate. It's not so much that you like.
It says read all writing.
It's not writing so much as it is it's not all right. So writing specifically refers to like it's a language thing. I will say that it's in this case it's not a language. It is distinctive magical. Like it'd be like putting, it's where things are located on a thing. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, in like technological terms, it's just seeing where things are soldered in this case. It's not actually a language. It's not actually something that's like transferable into words,
Okay. Can I tell what the runes mean?
They're really far away, but you can make an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Okay. Because not to challenge DM, I don't want. I know you're probably keeping
Here we
some
go.
stuff a secret. For a
I'm gonna
reason.
spank him.
There we go.
I'm sorry.
No, what is it?
It
Live.
says,
I'm gonna spank him live.
Eyes of the Runekeeper lets you read any form of writing, including the linguistic meaning of a rune, if any.
Shit. All right. Well, if you would give me the full summary, yes. All right, that's fair. Okay. So
I had
looking
to
at
look it up. It didn't tell me. Like, in my-
fair enough. All right. No,
Thanks.
that's fine. I'll say that absolutely works it. So you see, just kind of peering over them. You don't get a great look. You can't reproduce these if you had to. But clearly, just scanning some of the sigils, a lot of them say like force, repulsion, essentially barrier. Like those are what the runes are telling you, for more or less of it. Like that's what you're getting. That's the gist of these runes.
Okay. So it's a force field.
It could be. That's
Yeah.
what you're picking up.
Okay.
Is that
Okay.
yeah? That's probably what this sigil is for.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Boy, that's fine. I wish lead with that.
Well, I don't.
When it said all writing, I'm like, oh yeah, no, just text, right? No, that's a great fucking ability. So, and I will remember that moving forward when I'm putting fucking sigils places, and I'm like, oh, that's important. Okay.
Okay.
As
Thank you.
you begin walking back into town, however, Karsa, I need you to make a quick wisdom saving throw for me.
That would be a 6.
Oh my god.
All right. So, Karsa, you, as you're kind of walking into town, you see like the jungle at this point is saturated by rain. Like where it was like a trickle before and it was starting to like kind of pour when you were at the barrier, it is now dumping water. The beach itself is like you could see the actual like the tide is further up along the port, and you see like it's actually covering some of the wood of the docks at this point. The water near the ocean is wild and chaotic, and the waves are gigantic as it's kind of moving around. There are sheets of rain that are like plastering your long hair to your body. And all of a sudden, you feel on the back of your neck that same hair stand-up sensation that you're very familiar with. Make a quick perception check for me. And this time with advantage.
A 15. Thank
A
God.
15?
There we go.
All right.
That is cocked 100% on the screen, but it popped up as a 15.
All right.
Holy shit.
With a
it looked like a
15, God, that's good. All right, so with a 15 is actually just enough on this one. You feel the hair on the back of your neck begin to stand up, and you're familiar with what this sensation means, and you see a small ripple of static in front of your face. You see literal lightning kind of cross in front of your eyes, and you hear a boom and thunder. And at this point, it has not. It's been raining, it's been pouring, but there's been no thunder, there's been no lightning. At this point, Simul, you just see a gigantic flashbang of like pure white, and then you feel the ground next to you go boom and shake. Karsa, as you feel this, you are like everything kind of slows to a creep. You see that the rain hitting the puddles next to your feet is like slow motion, just dropping, hits a puddle, the puddle kind of as you look up from looking down at the puddle, you see you are greeted by hundreds of pale faces staring at you with just these milky white eyes. Some of them are on buildings, some of them are where people were doing business in the merchant tents, and all of them turn to you and they look directly at you. And you begin hearing whispers, "Help us, save us."
I will immediately, like as soon as that flash is gone, my sword's out on ready stance and be like, "Explain yourselves."
Just hear, "Help us, save us." You see hands reaching towards you, and you just hear, "Karsa!" And you hear another light boom, and everything is gone. It's just the rain, and you were standing next to Simul.
Hold sword out still. Samuel, did you see that?
Did I get like
Do you
blown
still
back
see them?
by the lightning or something?
No, you just had a large boom, and you felt the thunder literally shake your feet, with the ground being you get the idea lightning struck near you somewhere, but it was just loud. It was like getting flashbang for a second by lightning, and then this cacophonous boom from the thunder, and the rain is now coming down even harder. It is hard to see where you are at this point.
After that, I probably would have been like closed my eyes.
100%.
With the boom, I would have put my hand over my ears, be like, "God damn it!"
Yeah,
And then Karsa screaming. Be like, "I
Karsa
didn't
is
see-
screaming with his weapon out at this point.
Karsa, it's just lightning."
It was not just lightning. You could not see. Ask your ride along. Did it see?
Hello?
Did it hear?
You've noticed for the last day and a half, nothing but silence. Where you're used to another passenger, there has been nothing. It's just been you in this vessel.
Creature. And I like pound on my chest a little bit.
Nothing. Silence.
I told you.
Um,
There is something.
He seems to be sleeping still.
Yes.
Ever since we I do the motions of the cleaving and the ship thing, because me and Karsa were the ones that kill it.
Yeah.
Ever since we took out the ooze, it kind of been just resting. It's been radio silence.
I just saw more than 100 souls calling for help, calling my name. There is evil here.
That's
That's
kind of big.
certainly more.
Like, what did they look like?
People in town. Do they look of the modern age, or do they look like older, or
They look maybe what the fashion would have been 200 years ago.
I wouldn't really know that, but they look similar. They look like children, but dressed a little different.
They look like children, dressed a little different, but dressed in the same style as people are here.
They looked like children, similar to the ones in Solar, but their clothes were A little different.
Different how? Like, different region, different time, different.
Seemed to be made, and I'll explain what the general make and cut was. I don't know if that means anything to you. It doesn't to me, but I'll explain what looks different.
You can make a history check if you want. Both of you.
Cars has no concept of the history here, so that 3 makes sense for a 2.
Yeah, correct.
Apparently, I'm a fashion expert. 16.
16. You get the idea that it's a very old style of dress, like ballpark 200, 500 years old.
Jesus.
Of course, you two are the fashion police. We've already determined this. Like,
I mean, it does kind of feel that, like, knowing what the major fashion on the next door continent was 200 years ago
It's a bit of a stretch, yeah.
Well, no, it's just like something you could know if you're from a major city and
Yeah.
there's art and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a barbarian, no,
Yeah,
fuck
and
you.
Simul would have been one of those artsy-fartsy places at one point in time.
You've been to museums.
Yeah, how accurate those have been here.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Fucking 10 out of
Yeti
10.
trap upside down.
You see, in the continent of Salar, they wear their pants on their head. There's the one museum guy who's just trying his best.
So, Karsa, it sounds like they were roughly 200 or more years old.
They're dead. What does the age matter?
And what did they say?
They asked for help. They called my name and said, "Help us." Help me.
I will note. Make an insight check.
Karsa or me?
Karsa.
11.
11. You recognize the voice shouting your name was your friend.
Oh. Did it look like my friend?
You didn't see him. You just heard the voice, and you recognize that scream.
Was there only one voice, or were there a lot of voices?
A cacophony of voices,
But that one was clear.
but that one was clear.
Then I will say that instead. There's many voices calling for help. I heard my dead friend yell over all of them.
What is up with this fucking island? Oh.
I saw him back in Lamplight too. It is more than this island. Whatever it is bigger than a land.
Seems like this veil is still something we need to uncover.
And this crater where your friend died is clearly a part of what's happening to this veil.
Yeah.
That's why we must smash some Nazis' heads. Let's go get the others and get started.
Agreed.
Okay. So it's been several hours at this point. Would you guys have waited at the inn, or are you guys doing your own separate thing?
Well, like, I would have woken up shortly after the sun rose.
Yes.
For sure.
So you can already tell, just kind of looking over, that Simul's already out. Simul's clearly left.
Yeah. Cool. I am gonna investigate the pass a bit more.
Okay.
And
Yeah, certainly. In what way are you investigating it?
I want to try and figure out if there's a way to, like, rewrite the terms of that pass.
Okay. Make a deception check or arcana.
All right. Well, we're gonna go with deception. 12.
Looking at it, you don't get the idea that you can, you get the idea the pass is immutable in that regard, in that, like, the terms are so simple, there's nothing you can really do there. Someone who is skilled in magic might be able to change up.
Like, does it say specifically tear up this piece of paper or tear up a pass?
You get the idea that it is specific to, you must tear up this pass, but also you get the idea that this is the weakest part of the quote unquote contract. This is the part that could be muted if you had someone who had enough skill in arcana, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, I am not. I don't think I know anybody that is in this town. That's for sure.
I have a +2.
I also have a +2.
That
Doesn't
might
fucking
not
matter.
be. Yeah, it might not be. Yeah,
In what?
in Arcana.
Arcana. Yeah.
There's a dude across the hall that's a +5.
Wow. I don't know the dude across the hall.
Yeah,
I know the dude next door.
Yep.
yeah. That dude's a fucking full-on arch wizard.
It's Greg's.
Yeah. Yes, it's just Greg.
Well, normally I'd use magic for peeking in the shower, but one in
I'll
fruit.
take a peek at them words.
Yeah.
I like peaches.
He's sleeping still, anyways. So I
Yeah.
don't know how long that took. Probably
Not long. 30
not very
minutes at
long.
most.
Yeah.
Time
Cool.
did we all go to bed?
Probably 10 or so.
Okay, so if it is before 10 a.m., he's not awake.
Yes,
There you go.
That's
You're not
correct.
awake.
Yes, you're not
Done.
awake. You probably get up around 8:30 or so. This is now 9
Yeah.
o'clock.
All right. I am going to think back on the manual I read once on imps.
Okay.
It was a company manual. It had like the weird like little cartoons in it. There's,
Yeah,
like,
this
a
straight up,
smiling
like,
imp.
Hey, you find yourself in possession of a company certified imp.
Yeah. I recall that they can shapeshift.
An incorporated magical partner.
There we go. Yeah. Apparently they can turn into like a rat, a raven, a spider.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess I'll see if I can have my familiar do that.
You summon your familiar.
Mhm.
Have you given it a designation? You
Name.
notice that the manual too. There is
No.
like a section for like in true Mephisto, Malakroth, and Locke
Yeah.
fashion. There is political jargon for giving your familiar a designation, and then also giving it a personality that you find pleasing.
Oh no! I was gonna say a puppet, but I can't now because we already have a character that is.
For the record, amazing. Martin Felters.
Dude, I am so happy that you did that. If that hurts your voice at all,
No,
I'm
it
sorry,
doesn't.
but goddamn, that is amazing. Please call him more because that is amazing. I kind of want it to be a bit jovial,
Okay.
personality-wise. Designation. I don't know what to call this thing, but I want to call it something that like my family would want like a pet to be called.
All right.
So like I would like to imagine that like at some point my son wanted a pet when he was younger and my daughter wants one now, and I've got like a list of names that they wanted at the time, and I'm just like
All right. So here's what we're gonna get.
yeah.
Your ew. All right. So
Spots the imp. Like so dumb.
let's see. All right. So your son wanted your family pet to be known as Necrodeath.
Necrodeath.
Necrodeath. Your daughter just wanted to name him Liam.
Liam.
Just Liam.
All right. I will roll high it's Necrodeath. Low it's Liam. On the D20 here.
10, it's Liam Necrodeath.
Oh man, it's Necrodeath.
Sweet. As you think this, you see in the book, in the manual that you still possess,
Yeah.
you see flames crawl across and the name Necrodeath appears.
And I chose them to be jovial too. This is great.
God. All right.
Necrodeath the Imp. I'm just gonna write that in now.
I don't know how
Oh no, he doesn't really need to be like clown like jovial. No, no, no.
I need you to give me an area of where we're hitting with this.
I'm saying like he's just kind of jokey and like, yeah, maybe jovial's a little bit too far. Yeah.
I was like, be careful. It's a fucking imp.
No. Yeah. Jokey and kind of mischievous because it is an imp as well. I can't not do that. Like maybe little pranks here and there.
Great. Now that you've got, essentially, you've
Yeah.
given me the fucking clown from Deathclock. It's just fucking.
My name's Necrodeath the Imp. I do cocaine.
All right. Well, we nailed that down. I do
Yep.
cocaine.
Could you imagine Carsong cocaine?
Jesus. Yeah, I've seen that movie. I think it's called Cocaine Bear.
I'm Necro. Sorry. I'm Necrodeath the Rock and Roll Imp.
I'm keeping
The
that.
rock and roll imp.
Unfortunately,
I do
that's
cocaine.
you've set it up. Hey, buddy.
I'm okay with that. Actually, that is hilarious.
All right.
Holy shit! Do I need to get him like a spiked collar now? Like,
He already has one. That's part of
okay.
it.
Perfect. There we go. Does he have a clown nose now too? Because Jesus.
No, but he does have the weird green hair.
All right. You know what? I love it.
It's just a full out,
Great.
foofed out wig.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Time passes having done that. You do get the idea
Yeah.
that by this time, Alfred's probably rousing.
Do I hear him?
No,
Smack his head on the bed like.
he's very quiet, but you do have your own go. Hey, buddy, you want me to check on the rider boy? He's probably
That'd be-
awake now. You want me to
That'd
get
be
him,
great,
buddy?
Necrodeath. Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
Necrodeath hears you. Necrodeath getting him. You see the little imp crawl itself under the door. Alfred, you awake to the sound of scratching, scrabbling coming from underneath your chamber door.
That's perfect.
And then you
I
hear a
love this.
voice. Hey, buddy, you awake?
Oh, it's my internal monologue that frames all of my failures and experiences into past guilt, so that I can't sleep beyond 9 a.m. Yes, voice, what is it?
Hey, buddy. Your friend Edward wanted me to check in on you. Also, I'm supposed to tell your sleep paralysis demon to go back to hell.
Which one was visiting today?
Clyde.
Ah. You know, Clyde would not be so bad if he didn't wear the hat.
That's his favorite part. That's the best part of Clyde.
May I ask what your name is? You've never been kind enough to extend it.
I didn't have a name till this morning. My name's Necrodeath.
Is that what awaits me upon opening my crusted over eyes?
Nah, it's what Edward thinks is good to name his friends and pets.
Well, it is very clear one of us is a writer, and the other one's a lawyer.
He actually
All
has a
right.
nickname for you, too.
What's it would be rude of me to ask. He probably told you in confidence.
Nah, he's just like, go wake up Pickle Tongue, get him up.
Do you know why about he came up with this nickname for me?
I think he said something about your words being kind of briny and salty. A little sour, you know what I mean?
Well, at least he was capable of one clever thing this morning, Necrodeath. Shall we?
Yeah, let me get the door for you, buddy.
And he just hangs off the handle and begins swinging it out.
Tinted glass bespectacled Alfred shuffles his feet into the room.
You just hear as the little imp pops on your shoulder.
I got him awake, my man. He's up and ready.
Thank you, Necrodeath.
No problem.
And he just kind of slinks down and then begins busying himself with stuff on your desk. You see
I
him.
see you, man, Necrodeath.
You see, make a quick perception check.
Who?
Who?
Both of you.
Oh shit. Oh no.
14.
I'm terrible at perception. 13. So.
A 14's enough to see. A 13 is not.
All
Alfred,
right,
you
perfect.
you see him dipping his finger in the cigarette ash and begin doodling like little mustaches on Edward's family in the photograph. You see him go.
Edward, you're, and then you see Alfred look down back, and you see in his head he just remembers pickle tongue, and he goes, "Never mind." Disregard.
All right.
You've summoned me with your mischief maker over there. What can I do for you?
I can't quite figure out how to get rid of this. I show him like the pass, and I'm like, this part specifically right here. I don't quite have the magic for it.
I am a wordsmith and a craftsman at that, but the reality is, unless this is magic-based, I have no way of amending it.
I'm sure it is. Can you just try?
Okie dokie.
All right. And then we're gonna lose a pass now. It's gonna break the whole fucking thing. Like.
Make a quick Arcana check with me.
9.
Oh, absolutely. So the minute you try to like change any of the wording, you see the pass burst into flames and begin like smoldering on the desk.
Just fucking put that out like immediately if I can.
You put it out, but you see the pass no longer says one admission. It is just burnt out at this
Gone.
point. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my pass.
Well, no. You'll get to retain your pass. I'm the one that destroyed it. Mayhaps I have found another way in for myself.
Mayhaps.
I'll have to make a phone call later.
Is that what the phone call was about?
What, yesterday?
Mhm.
Oh, I was just extending out my tentacles deep into the briny world of union-based entertainment.
All right. Seems pretty interesting. Maybe give your agent a little bit more warning about where you're going.
What, are you my lawyer?
Am I?
Are you?
You just see the limb
I
go.
would appreciate-
Easy.
While I would appreciate
am-
immensely your great legal counsel going forward, and I do think that when it comes to contract negotiations, especially amongst the guild, I may source your expertise, but the reality is I shall not be paying for a retainer. So do with your expertise as you will.
All right. Try.
But just know that through our arrangement, it is fitting that should any horrible, maiming, goring, despicable end fall upon you, I'm going to chronicle it, and I will most likely profit off your demise.
Mm.
It's my way of honoring you,
Edward.
commemorating our friendship.
Edward, tell him you want to cut. Tell him you want to cut him any stories involving your likeness.
What are you, his lawyer?
I mean, I definitely would.
I mean, no, I'm just a little helper, man.
I mean, I definitely would, yes. And if I am, in fact, the gruesome death that you would write about, and I am dead, definitely my family would love
I
that.
cuss at
Necrodeath?
in Abyssal.
Hey, man, that's not cool. We don't use that language. We only do infernal here. We don't do abyssal. Goddamn.
I cuss at Necrodeath and Infernal.
Oh, that's better. All right. I feel a little better. You dropped some language earlier. I didn't feel. That's not cool. Infernals and abyssal. We don't jive, man. That's not right.
does a pistol sound like, by the way?
There is a post in the Dungeons and Dragons.
actually is.
Yeah.
By the way, I would I would be wary about
sub-Discord.
posting in anything that's not our chat right now that we're currently in, because apparently that dings for Steve.
Yeah. Oh,
I heard it. I heard it when he posted it. I heard boop, boop
Apologies.
on somebody else's, and I'm like, uh oh.
Fuck.
But like our chat doesn't. So
Got
that's
it.
nice.
Where do you
Must
know
be,
where our other two cohorts disappeared to?
I have no idea. They were gone when I woke up.
Yeah, man, I watched them go out and I watched them go get food in the market.
Oh, you watched them? You just watching the party?
I just check them out, man. You know. You didn't really tell me what to do last night. I got bored.
Yeah, I gave you time off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we speak peer to peer, please?
I mean, if you wanna. What's up?
Three of the.
Oh, he was talking to you.
Question: How tall is Alfred?
Like maybe the size of a mason jar. He's not big. Oh, Alfred. Sorry.
It was like, excuse me?
No, that's up to Alfred.
Everyone's brain just warped hard.
Wait, he's half the size of my dick? What?
No. Oh my God.
Alfred is 5'10".
There we go.
I am half a foot shorter than you as well, so I'm just like, yes.
Mayhaps
Here.
you speak in private from your thing.
You got a problem, Necrodeath?
You ain't got a problem with me?
It's not that I have a problem with Necrodeath. It's just that I really don't like him.
That sounds like a problem.
Presently, I would like to have a conversation with just you and not your strange little imp.
Sounds like a him problem. That's all I'm saying. We can chill, right? I can hang out in the room with you.
I would like to converse with you without distraction. And unfortunately,
all right.
Necrodeath is a distraction.
All right. Necrodeath, can you keep an eye on the perimeter, please?
Yeah, man. I'll keep a look-see.
And you see him walk out the door and then stare directly into the room.
This good, boss?
Alfred
I
talks
mage
a
hand the
big
door shut.
game for somebody who never fights.
Wait, did you just slam the door on him?
I just shut the door with mage hand.
Did you mage hand it? Yeah.
Yep.
The door slams.
Anywho, Edward, I would like your take on this because it appeared that you had differing opinions on our apparent trajectory in our forward mission. Do you think this whole afterlife business is even worth our time?
I am more interested now after having seen the past, because that's more in my line of work. But I'd really like it if we just got out of here as soon as possible, and having to wait another week before we can even attempt to do the heist, and then maybe get a pass out of it. Maybe. She said there's no guarantee that it'll be there. She assumes that they'll be there.
I'll be honest with you, pal. But again, peer to peer. One wielder of the pen to another. I don't know that Les Resistance is doing that great a job.
No.
If I'm being frank, it seemed like their intelligence gathering skills seemed mediocre at best. It felt like children spray painting on the side of a high school as opposed to a full-fledged grassroots resistance. Maybe you and I take a spit around the town, see if we can't speak to anybody, maybe develop more inlays, and maybe we can bypass this whole afterlife business as a whole. Don't get me wrong, I would love for my agent to ring-a-ding-ling-ding me and tell me that I have a performance coming up there, and we can use that to our advantage. But if we don't have to expose ourselves to the risk of the Sicilians, why would we?
Yeah. I
Why
have
are
a
we
wonderful
trusting the
family to go
first two
back
people
to.
we meet
And
here?
I look at the photo. I gesture to the photo, and it's got the mustaches drawn on it.
Everyone in your family is quite handsome.
Go over and I try and rub off like little mustache things. he drew
Make
on
a
him.
sleight of hand check for me.
Oh boy. Oh my god, I rolled so terrible. 7.
Oh yeah, you smear it. You just smear the fucking ash all over their faces.
I prestidigitate the mustaches off his family.
The ash falls off the paper.
I didn't want to use magic on it. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to get back home as soon as possible to them, and alive and whole.
Maybe it is in our best interest to allow the bruiser and the baker to make their own decisions, and perhaps you and I, from the looming shadow of their broad physiques, can maybe subterfuge some more information, maybe bypass this whole messy arrangement.
We can definitely try. That'd be great.
You wouldn't happen to have any long-standing connections that may reach into the area, would you?
I do not know. I already thought about that. We can.
So Tyler, is there any?
We can have Necrodeath look around some more.
That would be putting Necrodeath to quite good use. Mayhaps he can observe things that otherwise we would not be privy to.
Yikes.
Get them cans on.
Just fully walks away. So what are you looking for in particular?
We're trying to gather extra intelligence to some other stuff that may, like, other ways of getting a pass. Like, other things may have that opportunity. We're just trying to, like, maybe make a plan C here.
Okay.
Thank God. For the brains in the party, you two could really use some extra intelligence.
Where
we don't have an intelligence person, right?
We do. We have one.
Who's the int based?
I believe our writer, but he's
not int based. He's charisma, dude.
Based. I just
No, he has intelligence.
Oh yeah, but no, more along the lines of like a little bit versus.
Is it like a 12?
He's not a primary, you know what I mean?
No, he has more than that.
Does he?
No, he's right. It's a 12, but
Oh.
I have mastery in some skills that gives me double proficiency.
Yeah, we're not the brightest bunch. We're really not.
He's skilled, but he's not naturally intelligent.
Gotcha.
Here's one of the things. You three are supposed to be really likable or something, or force of personality or something, and so far we're struggling even there. So I think we're.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like in
16s in wisdom and charisma, and a 12 in intelligence.
Wisdom, brilliant.
Nice.
I'm the full package here. Just don't make me lift anything heavy.
I'm the full package here, unless I have to run, jump, dodge, dip,
I
dive.
have a plus 2 in dexterity. I'll have you know.
Unless I have
Alright.
to literally carry a package.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just trying to.
You could
gather some more intelligence, is all.
You can do that however your characters would see appropriate.
Just gonna.
Well, he said he was
ask
gonna send
people.
Yeah, you could ask people.
Yeah,
You could.
Yeah, I was gonna do that for sure.
Okay. So what do you?
I was gonna send out Necrodeath.
Okay. And what is he doing? Is he just watching people? What's?
Listen to gossip for a bit, real quick, like.
Okay. Let me make
any hushed whispers of.
Make a roll for him real quick.
Patrols and such.
All right, cool. What's his do you have his stat block or no?
Yes. I do.
What is his does he get a plus to perception?
He has, just from his wisdom alone, he has no proficiencies. He has a +1 in wisdom. So
Okay, so that makes it 21.
Oh damn, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Necrodeath.
So as he is flying around, he hears a couple rumors here and there in terms of like trying to track down one of these vouchers. You could. So apparently, the Rhinelander is a tavern in town that is host to a lot of the Nazis. There is work there. Here, people apparently who are doing work for the Nazis can get benefits from the Nazis, including access to the jungle. So a lot of A lot of their jobs involve doing work in the jungle, but they'd have to let you pass first. But part of that means they have to track you while you're doing it. They don't just trust anyone to go in there willy-nilly until they've done a lot of work for them, you know?
Which, by the way, he can go a mile away from me. I didn't know that. I think, right?
Yes. Yeah, he can go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he can do some business.
Yeah, that is insane.
He can go invisible and has like a poison tail or some shit, right?
Well, familiars can't really attack, so.
Imps can.
That's up to the DM on that one. I'll allow him to
Imps
decide
can,
that.
but they're not like putting a familiar in danger like that's not always, you know.
I have to take an hour to summon him again.
Correct.
Like,
yeah.
But they can't. Or
Yeah.
like
Correct.
Like,
Whereas other
wizards
familiars literally can't.
cannot?
Yeah.
Yeah, your imp can. It pissed me off when Sam did that shit.
Yeah. Yours can attack, do the help action. There's a lot of fun things Warlock familiars can do.
Familiars can do that. Yeah.
It's just better.
Imp specifically too, because they have that whole poison thing going on.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
You also get the idea that the Sicilians themselves have one pass that they give out to people, like to borrow, but you have to have a near unanimous vote of the Sicilian Council to do that. And that means you have to get on every single trader's good side, and that's notoriously hard to do when so many of them dislike each other.
Is one pass good for like a party, or is it literally just one person?
One pass goes through a whole checkpoint. So as you have one pass, you can get the whole group through.
Wow.
Because it is implied.
Do we have one pass right now?
No, you have no vouchers.
Yeah, vouchers. Sorry.
You have invitations.
The afterlife.
Yeah. You have invitations to the afterlife. You have no vouchers. Vouchers is what you're trying to get.
Yeah.
There have also
your papers, you know.
There have been stories of people who have brute forced their way through the barriers, but doing so was near lethal to the party. Like people have gotten through, but it is with a heavy cost.
But
Let's
if we
not
get
relay that.
if we get a voucher, we all can get through and take like perceivably a guide with us or
Correct.
like a helper. Okay, cool, very cool.
Because essentially the voucher is a kind of a signet of trust where like by having one, it is a no questions asked. You get through the barrier. We don't need to watch you. You've clearly impressed someone in power.
Now, Edward, quick aside. Maybe this is more our speed. Maybe we do follow through with this afterlife deal, or mayhaps another entertainment venture that may result in the reward of some Nazi day pass. Mayhaps once I have contract in hand, I strategically slip it to yours, and mayhaps we make some beneficial alterations.
On
Would that be
contract to
something we could
work,
do?
you mean?
Yes, precisely. You see, I'm awaiting a phone call from my manager, who should, if he is worth the hard coin I am paying to be part of this abhorrent society, get me some gigs. And in these gigs, I imagine the Sicilians run quite a bit of it. Maybe, perhaps, we use it to get a day pass or a follow-up entertainment gig to solidify a potential performance in the afterlife. And then I and my entourage, be it you three, can pass freely into the afterlife, provided the contract is worded accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah. Probably work something out on that one.
Well, mayhaps I go check on that phone call. I will be back shortly.
He opens up the door, and like
There's
Necrodeath is suddenly back. Like,
Necrodeath has been sitting there with an ear pressed to the door the entire time.
Does he have a tiny little glass?
Correct. He also
Alfred walks over the door and just goes.
You see him just kind of fall over. You also see the notes he had passed through to let you know the rumors that he had written and just slipped under the door because he knew he wasn't allowed.
Was it in Infernal, like code language?
100%. It's
basically?
all Infernal.
Yeah. So like only we could read it, hopefully.
Well, no, because he knows that Alfred can. But
yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of you hit him with the door a little bit, and he just started going, "Oh man, that wasn't very chast money of you." And he just begins wobbling his way back down the hall.
So I'm gonna go down to the bar.
Okay. You go down and you see the bartender just go.
Is there an Alfred P. Wells here?
I push down my glasses and look over the tinted spectacles and just say, "What do you think?"
I don't. That's why I'm asking. I don't know.
Give me the phone.
Just, okay. And he hands you the phone.
Did you have a message for me? In the meantime?
Yeah, I don't know why you asked for the phone. Yeah, I got a message. The guy called like 2 hours ago. Sorry. Said he got what you're looking for, and said they'd be there in the next like 4 days. You said he managed to score 3 of them.
3 what? Deviled eggs?
No, he didn't tell me. He purposely didn't tell me. He just said Alfred will know.
3 gigs is good, but I don't know where they are, and I don't know how to prepare for them. Marty. If that sock puppy could just stay at home and send me sheets of paper, this would be so much easier.
Yeah, that's all I got. Sorry. You always try calling him back. I don't know.
Well, we'll try. Operator.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
We're gonna get it right first try, right?
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get it right first try.
Connecting you to It's Right.
Operator.
Operator speaking. How can I help you?
The Dread Society of Abhorrent Literature, please.
Connecting you to the Dread Society of Horror Literature.
Why do they keep giving this fucking number to people? Yeah, who is it?
This is the world-renowned Alfred P. Wells.
Holy
Who am I
fuck,
speaking
what?
to? Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes, it is I, Alfred P. Wells.
Is this some kind of fucking promotion? What the shit?
Just,
I'm like your biggest fan. Shut the fuck up. You call what?
really, who am I speaking to?
Give me 2 seconds. Actually, give him a name.
Dude, I want to like be walking down the stairs and see him like kind of like smirking and like, ooh, I'm the biggest fan.
Suddenly very important NPC. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's keeping that one. That's the first randomly generated one, and it makes no sense, but I'm here for it.
Name's Murder Lug Underbuckle.
Look at Alex.
I'm sorry, come again.
My name is sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Wells. It's Murder Lug.
Gonna grab it in just a second.
Murder Lug Underbuckle.
Well, Murder Lug Underbuckle. While I admire you for being my biggest fan, you have the name of a Colin Mayhew novel. Mayhaps you wish to change it.
Sorry,
But in the meantime,
no. Sorry, wait. Which novel? I've read all your novels. I don't have the same number.
What?
He goes, what?
Okay, out of character. What the fuck did you, what?
He's confused. Clearly, he's a little starstruck.
I
Well,
like.
yeah, but
so
I said
Steven,
that his name sounded like a Colin Mayhew novel name.
Correct. And then he just
and
went.
You said number?
And then he went, number, I've read all of your books, which makes no sense. He's essentially giving you garbage. He's just like, what?
Okay.
Please tell me he's the like president of the fan club, and like they call themselves like the Alfies or the Wellies.
No, he does not.
Ah!
I think that this novel shows his real prowess in develop the Alfwellian style of horror.
There we go.
Gross.
Yeah, no, sorry. I just I just don't. Man, I just. Are you real?
No, you're yeah. I'm quite real. I'm quite real.
Is this a prank? Is this a joke? Am I being joked?
I assure you, it is not. I just wish to express my gratitude for your fandom and would like to let you know, and you can't tell anyone. All right?
Oh, swear to God, dude.
Can't tell a soul.
Got none.
Can't do any free promotion to drum up excitement. within
Never.
the
Would
fandom
never do that.
about these two things, okay?
Yeah.
Never share it.
100%.
But I'm not releasing a new book.
Shut the fuck. Wait, you're never doing it again?
I'm releasing 2 new books.
Oh my fucking God.
Call
Ah!
of the Deep by Alfred P. Wells, as well as The Indifference of Death by Alfred P.
Ah!
Wells, will be available shortly.
My Alfred's writing 2 new novels.
Oh, remember our secret.
Yeah, no,
Do
just
not drum up excitement about this.
Absolutely
Do not
would
make
not.
everyone else that may happen to be a fan of me also aware of this.
call the knitting
Keep it
club.
quiet. Definitely don't tell them to pool their money for it.
Did you say
Keep it to yourself.
Call of the Netherdeep?
No, he said call the knitting club.
The 2 books are called Call of the Deep and The
Call of
Indifference
the
of Death.
Deep.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
sorry. Sorry,
was
my
close.
bad. I thought you were talking to me. And I was like, no, you're just clearly saying call the knitting club. What?
Which, by the way, also not in character. Both of those are already written.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, it was great talking to you, Homicide Shackle.
Yeah, I'll be whatever you want me to be, Mr. Wells.
Just know.
Wait,
there
could
may
you
be
name
a
one of your? Wait, whoa! I got you on the phone, right? This not a joke. If you could just,
no, you.
if you could just like name a character after me, that would be fucking amazing.
I'll tell you what. I will see what I can do.
Oh my God! Like, come on! My friends tell me all the time, Murder Lug. You got a name made for an Alfred P. Wells novel. We could, I mean, we could also do like a landscape or something. You know, like, ooh, it's groundskeeper underbuckle. You know, like I feel like that's catchy, right? Actually, I got something I've been writing. You, is there any chance I could send that?
I actually cannot begin to describe to you how inspiring this conversation was. I can say personally, I have never experienced such unabashed horror over a phone call, but I have to go. So, ta-ta, farewell. Great speaking with you, Death Bolt.
I was getting some major.
Hang us up.
Would you do me? I would do me.
Fucking so hard.
Answer. What a lovely name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Operator.
This is the operator speaking. How may I help you?
Okay, remember the last one you sent me to?
I
Not that one. Not that one. Abhorrent literature.
sorry.
Dread Society.
Wait, no, you're gonna have to repeat that for me.
Dread Society of Abhorrent literature, please.
Connecting you to the Dread Society of Abhorrent Literature.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Is that you?
Hello. Hi. Yes.
What?
I got your message. The barkeep seems to be a little slow.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
You got
think
3
they-
invites heading your way, pal.
3 invites to what? To where?
Oh, the afterlife.
3 invites to the afterlife.
Yeah, you wanted 3 invites to the afterlife.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you wanted
Okay.
one, but I got you 3 because I figured, maybe Carson could go, and Carson usually takes something, like a lady or somebody.
All right.
You never
So
do,
what
I've
about-
noticed. We don't really talk about that much.
I think sometime my sword needs its own invite.
Not much to talk about. Carson's playing that field. I'm not really in the sport, to be honest.
I think I kind of get the euphemism there, but I'm not really sure.
I'm not much of a athlete, if you catch my drift.
I mean,
I'm
I
too
know some
focused.
people who do the work for you. I mean, you got a reputation, Alfred.
Say again?
Yeah,
You know what? Disregard.
all right.
Uh,
Yeah, you know what? That's
What about
probably crossing a professional line.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah.
What about performances? I need.
Oh, I got
confirmation
nothing
and some
there.
money.
That's not. Yeah.
All
I got.
right.
I'm trying my best. That's like I can't set it up in a night. That's a lot,
You
man.
have before.
Oh yeah, but like that's
You
what
got 3 passes to the afterlife, a thing that you claimed would be absolutely impossible. But
Yeah.
you can't set up a performance in some shit swell.
Well, Bree Art isn't really a shit swell. It's like a primo vacation spot, man. It's like saying, hey, get me a show to Cancun tonight. It's a lot of work. All right, Alfred, I get you don't know the business side. Yeah, I've never razzed you for it, but that's a fucking lot, all right? Tickets? Easy. I get you fucking tickets where you want to go, Alfred, but, like, lining shit up for you? It takes a lot, okay?
Get what Marty is saying. Marty is saying that I need to take. I'm talking to the bartender totally.
Yeah.
Unrequested.
You just see the bartender
Marty is
look
saying
over.
that I need to take my art form and, with the invitation of the highest caliber, go from a formalized stage event with advertising and word of mouth to an avant-garde street performance in a casino. I need to be the new graffiti artist of horror macabre, and it needs to happen in the afterlife. That's what he's saying to me, I bet you. What do you think?
You got tickets to the afterlife?
Great input. Talk to you later.
Oh, all right.
I didn't know I had such big shots in my bar.
Fuck. All right. He continues washing a glass as you say goodbye.
I go back up the stairs and I inform Edward that I have 3 new tickets to the afterlife.
Okay, I will say by this point too, Karsa and Simuel will probably return to the bar at this point.
Oh yeah, AHP. No, I'm sorry.
Casa, Dibble. Guess we got 3 new passes to the afterlife.
Was it Edward?
Oh, and we lost one, and I hold up like the destroyed remnants.
Did we only have
What
one to
I
begin
w-
with?
No,
Wait.
No,
So-
so you had you started with 4.
We had 4. You gained 3. We lost 1. So we have
7.
Watch this, everybody. Watch the smoke. Here we go.
we have what?
That hamster's running. It's running. That wheel ain't spinning, though.
3?
Ah, see. Swing and a miss.
7.
Gentlemen,
It's enough to
I
still
now-
smash some heads.
agreed. And I have enough for all 4 of us to make entry, but I also have enough for 2 of us to make a reconnaissance. Or mayhaps 3 of us make entry and 3 of us make reconnaissance. Or maybe 4 of us do reconnaissance and then 2. The math is unending.
or we take
What
an
I'm
extra.
saying is,
Oh man,
we have
I'm pretty sure that math's gonna end pretty quick. That'd be easy. I'm just saying, there's like a couple numbers left.
This is so interesting. Nobody fucking asked you.
Oh shit, he right.
Overall, I believe that this has created a great opportunity for all of us to be able to perform and enter into the afterlife and maybe gather intelligence prior to our actual mission. Mayhaps we send the litigative one and his talkative little newt
and they can gather more intelligence than all three of us put together.
Maybe we don't
There's
give me a
plenty of
pass.
opportunity.
I mean, Edward could just poof me in there. He don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant like it was just me and him, which is cool as hell. Like I'd go gamble with my buddy, but I thought you meant I'd get a whole pass. You know?
2 questions.
An imp shooting dice.
Who is shorter?
Simmel has the floor.
Who is
Simmel.
shorter, Alfred or Jake's character? I'm sorry, Jake.
Mine is.
Edward
mine
is.
Edward.
I'm
For the
5'4".
Next question. For the square footage of the bag of holding, is he small enough to fit inside?
You have not tried, nor have you received the bag of holding at this
We
point.
don't have the bag. It was supposed to
Okay.
show up today. at some
Correct.
point.
Yes.
I'll have to
And
check
also, we need to know
downstairs for a
we need to know the
package.
code word. We need to know if there's a second code word that she knows that we don't.
And we're putting a lot
I
of
don't trust.
into her.
I don't trust.
So,
You
I
do
trust,
gentlemen,
you do hear a knock on your door.
because if she betrays my trust, she won't have a head.
All right, I'll go check the door.
You see one of the barkeepers be like, "There's a package for you."
I take the package.
Okay. It is just like brown paper wrapped with twine. You open up and you see a bright red velvet bag.
Whoa.
You also see handwritten on some parchment is the word Alonzi.
Can I say the only thing
What?
I've ever had delivered in a bright red velvet bag was like vibrators,
Crown Royal.
butt plugs.
Nice.
Crown Royal?
But, you know,
Next
It's always a sex. It's a sex toy. That's the only thing that comes in
I
a red
mean,
velvet bag.
I said dice, but all right.
I was gonna say dice. Well, every Crown Royal bag turns into a dice bag. All right, like that's
yeah,
that's
that's right. It did.
the
You guys
natural
had one of those.
pipeline of Crown Royal
forgot.
bags.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
So
absolutely.
that,
hilarious.
Yes.
I want to try something.
All right.
Would you attempt to get inside of this?
Why?
Thinking we could sneak you in. The less people that they know that we have, the better.
All right, I guess.
Open
Like
it up.
he just pulls it right over. He just
Alonzi, and then fucking
no, the code word.
All right. So Alonzi, and you stretch it over, and the bag only goes 5 feet down,
You fool!
and it doesn't.
Alonzi drops things out of the bag.
oh shit. I pull it off. What's the opposite of Alonzi?
No, you just put stuff in, and then you say Alonzi, and it drops stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I put it over top.
Cool. You throw it over top of him. It doesn't. You get exactly where you were when you said Alonzi before, but this time it goes even further and just goes right down to the floor.
Okay, and I scoop it up, and is it just normal size?
It is currently just a normal size. Yes.
Cool. What hell am I seeing?
You see.
void?
You see, there's maybe another foot of clearance inside this bag.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Cool.
But it
And
just
now I'm stuck.
you are just surrounded by red velvet.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of warm and cozy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Wait, is there typically a time differential inside the bag?
You don't know.
Good point.
I'd like to hold them in there for 1 minute, and then pop them out.
Do I have air?
Just a second. I gotta read.
Yeah, exactly. Is he gonna kill me?
Oh, okay. No. So you for how long did you keep him in there?
A minute?
Yeah, 1 minute. Totally fine.
he dead.
You think he's fine, and then you say Alonzi, and a corpse falls out.
Okay. I open it up, say Alonzi.
All right, and then just a full Edward hits the floor.
How long were you in there for, roughly?
How long was I in there for that I was aware of?
Were you keeping track?
It felt like an instant to me. I couldn't tell time.
Like a rough estimate of time.
Could have been
you
30
didn't tell me to
seconds.
keep
Could have been a
track.
minute. Could have been 2
You didn't
minutes.
tell me to keep track, man. Like,
All right, let's do this again. try to keep track of time, and I
Fucking.
I got a
Pretty
pocket
good.
watch. God damn it.
Okay, you pull it out.
Yeah.
and I keep track for a minute.
Okay.
Minute goes by.
Yep.
How long tea?
Full Edward flops out and hits the floor again.
How long were you inside?
How long was I inside?
The stopwatch says 1 minute 5 seconds.
Yeah. So.
That's
Yeah, minute.
Jesus. Okay. Did it seem like you were getting possibly low on oxygen by any chance?
Did.
you feel?
Was I feeling like I was
Lightheaded?
losing air? Yeah.
You were breathing normally.
All right.
Okay.
Had enough air for at least a minute. That's nice.
How much time do you want to take to investigate this? Could we just keep incrementally? Could we just say that we keep incrementally?
I don't want to
doing
risk this anymore. Honestly, I'm done. Like,
Could I get in the bag?
Why? What's the worst that could happen? The notebook starts coming up.
How tall are you?
Scribbling.
tell me, Jake, how tall your character is.
5'11"?
Yes, you can fit.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, most of us
I
can
know
fit.
because I went in it. That's the reason why I know that. Sure. I just immediately just take it from you, just put it over you.
Wait a minute.
I
Are
got the-
you saying
I'm in the bag.
I could potentially fit in this bag?
All on Z.
Fucking Samuel hits the ground.
Whoa.
Me next. Me next, please.
Okay.
You
we're
want
gonna
to
try
test
keep
times? We
you-
can test times. Me next.
We'll try to put you in.
Oh
there
no!
for-
Did we just make a new coffin for him?
Please.
Can we try 3 minutes with you, Alfred?
Yes. Sure.
3 minutes.
Look, I just know as soon as they're all in bags and coffins
Oh
and
my
all a bunch of
God.
dumbasses, that's as soon as the fight starts.
Yeah. I'm not a
God
fan
damn
of the
it.
bag. Honestly, I don't want to be in there anymore.
And
Ever.
Carson's like, guess I gotta do it all again.
Yeah.
Look at
3 minutes
shades of
pass.
last week.
Okay. I pop him open.
He flops out on the floor.
How was your oxygen supply?
Back. It's so beautiful and
Just
dark in
daddy
there.
up.
Oh wait, I have something.
It's all velvety and red.
Where is it?
There we go. This is how this episode's gonna end. Just fucking going in and out of a bag.
Plotting the bag.
Yeah.
Ah shit. Thought it was
Instead
like
of
sending
Carson
stone.
walking into the afterlife.
Yeah.
Murdering everybody.
Trying to.
Damn it. Okay. That's all I got for right now. So at least 3 minutes,
Okay.
unless Alfred wants to try longer.
Alfred wants to try longer. Like, if
5
he starts to
minutes.
lose air, he'll probably start liking it.
Because-
Like,
DM, would this count? Would this death count as autoerotic?
there you go. That's what I was saying.
Why are you asking me?
I'm trying to get like the full time expenditure
Mm.
before it would be dangerous. So that way, if there's a checkpoint, we could get through with the bag on us.
Simmel.
It's fair
Simple.
enough.
Simmel.
You want to go back?
You had me at dangerous.
Okay.
All right. How long you keep him?
5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes pass.
I'll
So
be
it
back
could
out.
be just
How
2
long's it?
minutes of brain damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's find out.
He slides out, hits the floor.
You know, you don't have to drop me on my head every time. There is an option to do feet first, Simmel. You could give me warning. You could tap the bag.
I tapped the bag.
I-
Does it do anything?
I mean, you tap
Couldn't
the
tell
bag
you,
now.
you've been
There's nothing
shooting
in
me
it.
out of- You've been shooting me out on the floor like a hot dog out of a wrapper, pal.
Oh boy.
Simmel, we could do this 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there all day long until I'm literally blue in the face. How about we table this for nighttime, and I mayhaps take a nap? See how long we go.
Forever nap.
Do we have like sending stones or something that we could use to communicate
I
between?
You do not.
don't know if that works like that.
Let me try this.
Or like the
I'm gonna
imp?
put the bag over me.
Okay.
I say Alanzi.
Okay.
What happens?
So the bag's over you currently?
You're inside.
Nothing happens.
I'm inside.
There you
it.
go.
How long does anyone do anything?
He didn't say what he was doing. He said, "Let's try
Yeah.
this." And
We're
then
about-
put the
we're
bag
about to
over
learn.
himself.
When I say Alanzi and nothing happens, I start poking the sides of it.
Does it affect
There
the
is no
outer-
visible change on the outside of the bag.
Nah.
I go, oh, yep.
You
Getting
have
it
light
right from the
inside
first
bag?
person on this one.
I'll leave him in there for 10 minutes and be like, I'm just waiting. Maybe he's trying to test the air supply.
10 minutes pass.
Alonzi? Try to do it for you first.
Okay, this time you do manage to like.
We just had this discussion.
So you don't have to say Alanzi to get him out of there. Alanzi is to dump everything out of the bag. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I leave the bag on my own? I don't even try.
Huh?
Can I leave the bag on my
You
own?
didn't try.
He said I
Can I?
didn't even try.
Can I investigate it in an arcane way to determine this instead of doing this weird trial and error until
Make an Arcana
I
check
don't-
for me, please.
I don't know. I'm loving this. This is great.
17.
17, you realize that Alonzi doesn't dump everything out of the bag. It dumps the thing you're thinking of out of the bag. Specifically
Oh,
just the
that's
thing.
dumb.
Yes. It
Dumb.
doesn't just, it's
I
not a
hate
full
that.
fucking full safe release.
I hate that
Yeah.
so much because then we can't sneakily take things out of the bag.
Well, if you're thinking of everything, it'll throw everything out of the bag. But if you're thinking of
No,
just
no, I'm saying anything. We can't sneakily take anything out of it then.
correct, yes, you have to actually say a code word to like. It's not just a quick key. Yeah. The whole point is to
dang.
make the bag just look like a bag
Hmm.
until you say the code word, and then you can just pull anything out of the bag. Otherwise, it just looks like an empty bag all the time. But also with a 17, you realize that like there's probably a finite amount of oxygen in that bag. You just haven't hit it yet.
So what?
So it's at least 10 minutes.
It's more than 10 minutes. By a little bit.
Can I attempt an approximation as a smarty McSmart pants?
It doesn't really. That's something you'd have to experience, not necessarily like just gauge.
So would I be able to just get out of the fucking bag on my own?
You don't know that from just the investigation.
Let's go with
Alright.
no. Let's go
I'm
with
gonna
no.
try to get out of the bag on my own. If I'm
We'll
not
leave you
out
in there
in
for
a
a minute.
minute,
Yeah.
then let me out, please.
Okay.
I jump back in the bag.
All right, you're in the bag.
Look for the hole.
There is no apparent hole. It's just continuous amounts of fucking velvet.
I would like to leave the bag now.
A minute hasn't passed.
Let's just say it as, God damn it.
It's like
A minute's
You can
passed.
pass this.
LNC.
All right. Alfred comes out.
Yep. If you're in there, you're in there.
Okay.
This has potential use. There's plenty of opportunity. We could nut around in this bag all we want, but we should probably be doing.
What'd you do in
something
the
about
bag?
You gonna fucking what?
it. Air gets a little thin in there.
If you say Alanzi and some white liquid starts to come out of it.
It's actually just every time it gets more and more full, but because he's
I
not
didn't
thinking
do
of it.
See, I didn't do anything. Everyone leaves. I'm like, oh, I'm free.
All right.
All right. So, gentlemen, we should come up with a plan about doing a recon mission, gather supplies, and get our man on the inside and his little imp thing to do a look around. Case the
Oh, yeah,
joint,
that's
see what
Necrodeath,
we're
by
up
the
to.
way. Yeah. Everybody's Necrodeath. Necrodeath is everybody.
Hey, everybody, my name's Necrodeath. I've already seen several of you. I've been watching you for days now.
Like 2 days.
Well,
Not
yeah,
really,
it's still days. That's plural. I hate to argue
Yeah.
with you, boss, but that's days.
Yeah, but you gotta be specific with these guys because they kind of think that you're like Karsa has been watched for a long time apparently by rats. So like if you say something like that, he's gonna think that it was longer.
He's gonna think of it's what?
That you've been watching him even longer.
Oh yeah,
So-
no, it's just been a day or two, my man. I'm pretty sure you swallowed a spider in your sleep last night. You were yawning real loud.
Does Alfred immediately go, my new friend? Like, just-
Yeah. No, because that thing is as big as a pie plate. You know if you swallowed that bad boy.
Is that why you didn't eat breakfast?
No, you swallowed that in your sleep, I think.
Yeah, Karsa
reminds
swallowed a
me.
whole spider
I
in sleep.
was
Yeah.
still eat breakfast. So
That reminds me, I have 2 slices of meat, and I would like to put them both in one hand and use my. Where the fuck is it?
Don't do this to us, by the way. This is not gonna end well. I'm gonna let you know
croissant?
now. It's
My-
not gonna end well.
My Dark Shard amulet, and I'd just like to warm them up
Okay. Yep.
with prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Yay! Look at that. 3 of us have it.
Now,
This is
you,
great.
if I recall correctly, you have to try and make a roll on that.
Yes, I have to get
Oh, never
above
mind.
What?
a 10 with.
It's one of the magic items you bought like a while ago.
Oh, I have to roll Arcana Intelligence and have to get over a 10.
Yes.
And
Do
that is
it.
a 19.
19?
Oh, no,
Did it.
21.
Cool. Yes. You are able to heat the meat up. Yes.
And I would like to temp it to the perfect temperature for enjoying and consuming.
You fucking sous vide that shit.
Be like, here's your breakfast, and I hand them both one.
Oh, thanks. And I eat
It is noon
immediately.
now.
I eat it and it's poisonous. I'm dead. Done. Because straight up, it's
No,
wrapped.
It's the sweet meat.
Yeah,
It's
as
the
long as you
meat.
don't eat the wrap. That's
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's
no,
what
no.
I'm saying. Like,
No, I
Wait,
wasn't
did you
giving
eat the
him
wrap?
greens. No, I
yeah,
wasn't- I
nobody
wasn't
told me
giving-
anything about
Oh,
it.
he just
I didn't
ate the
give him
wrap.
green. I didn't give the greens. I just gave the meat.
All right. We're gonna. There you go. You just got meat then. You didn't die. All right. So far you've.
Alfred? Yeah. Nothing.
He's just staring, dead-eyed.
He is, yeah.
Hey, JR. Welcome back.
Sorry, I was completely lost for a
He's
second.
going
I,
places, man.
Whoa.
I heard the dog barking. I was like, what the fuck is he barking at?
Yeah.
I give you meat. Eat it. It's breakfast meat.
Ooh, yeah.
Please, it's
I don't
delicious.
typically eat this.
It's delicious.
It's not the first time you've been force-fed a little meat recently. Don't.
What? Garza?
Wow.
Okay, so that was an experience we had in confidence. But,
Just give
Sure.
the tiniest taste and tell me you don't want more.
Just the
I
tip.
Squidward that Krabby Patty.
Yeah, that tiny little speck.
That's good. Like, it's solid.
Nummy, neat. Mm.
Ah.
Yummy.
Are you like, was that a, oh, you're one of those? Like, oh, man.
I go.
And you just
And
see
then
a little
I
imp from
shake it and
behind.
then
I was
Like,
just
I
gonna
shake it
say,
in Necrodeath's
Necrodeath
mouth.
just eats
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, Necrodeath just goes,
Oh shit, you.
Very full tummy. Mm.
Okay. Moving
Nummy,
on.
nummy.
all right. So we have 3 minutes left, if I'm not mistaken. Am I?
Yeah.
9:30.
Isn't it? Yeah, dog.
It's
9:26.
right now. Yeah.
So I'll put a pin in it there. That's 1 day down. You've got another
Ooh.
4 if you want to use them, but we can smoke through most of them if you want. I honestly expected you guys to get to the casino at this point. I was wrong. I don't have to write anything for another week. I'm joking. Also,
I told you, man. I was
this
like, I don't
episode
wanna
summary
trust
is going to be so easy.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't do the
two
other one,
awesome
so I
characters.
think let's
Sorry,
not talk
three.
about. Let's not talk about
I-
character
I- so I've actually-
because we're still waiting on that.
I've
shit.
actually written it, and then I was like, well, I don't have my screen up. I don't want to read it right now. I'm just like, that's tough.
So my thought would be is that at some point it'll probably happen naturally. We should all get together and chat about this before next game, so we can come to next game with a heist plan of some kind.
Okay, one part of the heist plan, Carsa, just tell him what to do. Because he ain't helping plan a heist, because his idea will be one and one only every time, and it's like, I'm just going to walk in there, crash their heads together, and kick doors in.
Well, I'm
that's
thinking
also
like
a
it's gonna
plan
run
there.
like an Ocean's movie where like someone describes the plan and then they just show the plan happening while they describe it because
Yes.
what's the point of shooting it twice?
So
Yeah.
And that's
Carson
what I'm
needs to
thinking.
describe, because Carson's going to describe it right now for you. We walk to the front door. We smash their heads together. We walk in. We smash their heads together. We kick open the doors and we take what we need. And we jump out the waterfall with a parachute. That's it.
The parachute's a nice touch.
Oh, yeah.